All right, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Happy motherfucking weekend. Let's go. We got a fantastic show for you guys today. I'm very excited about it. Of course we got James Domenico grabbing all the way from South London. We call him South London James. He's got a little bit of style going on, James. What's going on? You got the what is that like? What does it say on your glasses, bro? The Love Boat. Let's go. How you doing, James? What's going on?
It's like I'm feeling a bit needy. I'm feeling a bit weak. I'm
Yeah.
feeling a bit emotional. It's very hard for me to compete with two beautiful women. So I have to do these gimmicks to get a bit of love, get a bit of like love from the chat because they've been hating on me lately.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they've been hating on me. But I
Ah.
want to say love to everyone in the chat except my mortal enemy D-Wag.
Of course, that's Swag Tunes on the chat. Shout out to D-Wag. James, what are you drinking today? Are you a provocateur of the bar? What do you got? What do you got on the?
Well, usually it's quad vod,
Okay,
but today it's six vod.
okay, six vod. Wow, 6 shot vodka in the same glass. I mean, that's pretty good, James.
I needed to get all this abuse from D-Wag in the chat. I just need this six vod to get through. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Oh well, we also got the number one queen of the forest, all the way from Colorado. She's the arbiter of female logic. She is FOMO. FOMO, how you doing today? It's great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thanks for continuing on the show.
What are you talking about? It's a fucking blessing to be able to chat with you fine fellows. I look forward to it every week. The next Saturday, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna talk to some normal people for once. And here I am sitting with a fake captain's hat on. I don't know how normal I am. FOMO, what are you drinking today? You got anything good? What's going on?
So I went with some boxed, literally buttery Chardonnay is what it says on it. So.
Yeah, some box.
Very white woman coated. I did not put ice cubes in it though because it was already in the fridge, so it's cold enough.
Yeah,
no big deal.
Well, I do love a buttery box. I'm a big fan of that. Did you have a great week?
Yeah, I did have a good week. And actually, can I do a quick little announcement?
Of course, please
Thank
announce
you. I'm going to do it
Yeah,
anyways.
do it.
So on Thursday, I randomly did a stream on Thursday because my good friend Asput normally streams on Thursdays.
Okay.
He's a piano guy, so
Yeah.
he kind of he does a piano bar kind of show.
Yes.
People donate, he plays a song and sings. It's a great show, but he's taking a break. So this past Thursday, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna stream," because I stream with all these different people. I pop on a lot of different podcasts. I have a lot of different friends, guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, she's a social butterfly. Okay, let her butterfly
Yeah.
around. That's right.
So it's kind of fun. And I ended up going for like 7 hours.
I know. I
was a little
saw that.
ridiculous.
I was like, the stamina on this woman. Wow.
That's just what like Twitter Spaces and that. Like I am the friend who's like I used to be the go to bed early pothead friend, and then like when I used to be a cokehead, then
Yeah.
I like figured out the whole like no, don't leave, just keep hanging out and talking. You know,
Stay
I'm
with
like totally
me.
that friend still now.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna do it for the next couple Thursdays. It'll be like open invite. People want to pop on from my different, like, I'll give you guys the links and stuff like that. So it'll
fantastic.
be kind of like MLC, but Forest Mommy, and I'm Kevin Brennan, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah. Well, we need a
it
little,
was so fun though.
a little FOMO.
It was
Yeah.
so fun.
No, it was great. It was. I popped in a couple of times. I couldn't believe you're still going for 7 hours. I was like, I was in there. I think for like 45 minutes. I had to go do something. Came back like a couple. I was like, wow, FOMO's still on. I had to jump in there see what was going on. You were
It was
still.
from 8 p.m. It was 7 p.m. my time till I cut it at 2 a.m. So
Yeah,
I was
you were still coherent. So
There's different people the whole time. This is what I get. Like, that's why I love online because you get all these different people that cycle through. Like, that's why I like staying spaces for long. Like, talking to people.
Yeah, 100.
So, anyways,
Absolutely love
so
it.
everyone check me out. It's going to be called. I have a million shows that I don't even do anymore, but this one's called Worlds Colliding. So it'll be
Worlds
Thursdays,
Colliding on Thursdays.
off and on here for a
Yes.
while.
Let's support FOMO. Ric Flair's hair is in the chat. Shout out to Ric Flair's hair. He says FOMO's looking good, and he's got a little
Yeah.
sweating emoji. I fucking love it. And finally, of course, last but definitely not least, we got the mother of wisdom, the champion of joy is Jess, all the way from Florida. How you doing, Jess? Now, I'm jealous of your backyard. You have a fantastic backyard, you and Sulk down there. But
Thank
Jess,
you.
how you doing today? Welcome.
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thanks so much. And yeah, our yard's amazing. It's just jungle. It's beautiful, nice grass area. But yeah, and I love like the champion of joy. That's so sweet.
Oh, well, you
That is
are.
so
Every
nice.
time we talk, you're just always so happy, and you're always like, trying to spread that wisdom, but also the joy at the same time, which I really, really appreciate. It's really important to
that's
be able to
nice.
have fun too.
Yeah,
What are you drinking today? Are you drinking anything today?
I am. I have a Hendrix and tonic.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
yeah, some lime. Yeah, my favorite. It's my go-to. It's my, yeah.
It's your drink of choice. Hendrix is a fantastic gin for those people who don't know. And if you don't know, just agree with me. I got the old Patron going on right here. I got the Patron bottle. I got the Scribbles mug. So we're having a good time today. A couple of shots in there. And we're going to get cooking today. Now, did you do anything crazy this week, Jess? Or do you have crazy weeks? Or I know you got two bucking Broncos.
Yeah, it's not too crazy, honestly. We go to the beach a lot, and go to the beach, jiu-jitsu for the big one, chilling for the most part, homeschool, that kind of stuff.
Oh, you're hitting all the right boxes. You got jiu-jitsu for the big guy.
Yes.
Homeschool. Now, are you the homeschool teacher and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I'm putting him in like a little co-op this
very fun.
fall, so it'll be fun for him. But yeah, no, we're homeschooling. I'm not putting my kid in public school. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was homeschooled until third grade, even a little bit halfway through the school year. So I'm really a strong proponent of homeschool. And I talked to Charlie Snogans the other day. He homeschools his kids. He's up in Jersey. He's an artist, and I think it's great. Homeschooling is fantastic. I'm a big advocate for it. Don't believe any of that bullshit people tell you when they say your kid's going to be socially different. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I hope so.
Exactly. I'm like, nowadays,
I hope he is.
So he's going to be normal, and he's going to
Yeah.
he's going to grow up to be a guy.
My oldest, he can talk to kids. He can talk to adults. He's 5, and he's cool. He's a normal person. He's not like a little weirdo. He doesn't believe in multiple genders.
Well, thank God, right? I mean, how old is a little fella? I hope he doesn't even know about multiple genders. But nowadays, 5. I mean, like, it's everywhere, right? It's like,
well, he sees like, men in dresses if we go in public sometimes, and he'll comment on it. He'll be like, that guy's wearing a dress, Mom.
Exactly. Well, isn't that the funniest thing? Is like, I have a nephew too, and he's always like, that's a man. Why is that man wearing woman's clothes? And I'm just like, bro, they really have to beat the radar and the gaydar out of the kids so they stop noticing. But they're born with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. So, but we're doing our best out here.
Now, you guys are crushing. Loving all the pictures. Love to see it. I was going to talk briefly about the World Cup, James. I know England is going to.
Do we have to?
Yeah, face off against France today. You guys are fighting for third place. Are you pretty excited about that? I know you were depressed last time we talked because England got kicked out of the World Cup. Wait, I'm getting a new message. What does it say? DWAG sucks. DWAG, are you aware of this? Let me jump in the chat real quick and say what's up to everybody. We got Swag Tunes. He says, kick James out. That's DWAG for people that don't know. We got Seesaw SoCal. Shout out to you. Great to see you. Keep an eye on your mail. I got something coming your way. We got let's see, we got Mr. Jeeky. Shout out to Mr. Jeeky. He says, let's fucking go. It's Saturday. Seesaw SoCal says, love boat, love it. Happy Saturday. We got Force Mommy in the chat. We got King Yeti. He says he fucking loves Hendrix. Shout out to him. Kelly Cat, she says, hey, FOMO. Shout out to Kelly Cat out there in the old Kentucky IA. Hope you're doing a good job. King Yeti says, rise, let's fucking go. And if anybody wants to be shouted out, we got the old Sulk stream. He says, afternoon, FOMO. Afternoon to you, Sulk stream. Hope you're having a good one out there.
I want to go see one of those snake churches. That's what I want to do. First thing I do when I get off the plane, go and see one of these snake churches. I'm intrigued.
Okay, so for people that weren't privy to our behind-the-scenes conversation, when we were first starting up 10 minutes ago, we started talking about churches and Bible schools and like where people got their first kiss and whatnot. And, I was talking about the different religious aspects of like, when you're a kid, you go to all these like, what is it? Like a choir of the fire, and you have like, different, what was it? There's something else.
I totally went to a choir of the fire.
Did you go to a choir of the fire, FOMO? Yes. I went to
youth group. I was a youth group kid, obviously. Look at me.
Yeah. I went to the choir of the fire like 2 or 3 times, and For people who don't know what a choir of the fire is like you go to this place and it's a big stadium and they have youth groups from all over the place and you come together and then you sing songs to God and stuff, and then you get shamed about how worldly you are and how you need to stop being so bad, basically. And you come home all like, on fire for God, as they put it. And, and so, that's what happens, But also you get a chance to see all the other kids, bro, from everywhere, all across the different regions.
Fellowship.
Yeah.
It's fellowship.
Yeah.
It's community. It's like, a lot of people hate on religious stuff like that because it like does touch your emotions and stuff. But I'm like, there's something good about that too. Like, I'm so glad I was raised in that, and like, I would never trade that in for the world, because like, even though my faith's a little different from how I was raised, but not really. But like, I can look back and I'm like, thank God my parents made me go to church. Thank God, like I had, even though like there's just like little lessons, like it teaches kids to sit your ass down and listen. You have to sit your ass down, be quiet, sit still, and for an hour and a half, and you have to do it, or you're gonna get your ass beat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it teaches there's other things it taught too.
No, you're 100% right.
I'm glad I have that foundation growing up. I was so happy that, my family is really involved in the church, and it meant a lot. And it's nice to have that background and just like that, the goodness of it. It is nice.
Yeah, the
And the
wholesomeness.
community. It is wholesome.
Yeah, to be able to have relationships with people without ulterior motives, I think that's very important.
And that's why when they did the whole COVID thing with the churches, I'm like, for a lot of these religious people, like my parents, this was their community.
Mhm.
They went to a cool church that like didn't shut down or anything like that, but it was like that's what they were trying to do. Not only were they trying to shut down bars where you would organize the revolution, they were trying to shut down church. And some of these people, the churches, it's the only thing they do. And it was like so cruel how they like, and then the stupid pastors who were going along with it. It was
Oh,
just
man.
like, oh.
Yeah, it's difficult when the pastors go along with it. And also, every church is a 501c3, so they have a tax exemption status. That came about, I think it was in the 30s or 40s with, I forget who it was that brought that into being. But then that kind of aligned the churches with the state, even though they say that church and state
Yes.
shouldn't be together, which is crazy.
Sorry to cut you off, but that happened in Colorado specifically because we have like Focus on the Family here and all these
James Dobson,
organizations that were churches. And I'm like, why weren't they fighting the commies for the last 20 years? Well, because they want to protect their freaking nonprofit status. They don't want to cross that line. They don't like, so finally when the laws got so crazy, we woke up the religious people that like, you guys have to fight for this too. You can be religious and say you're not following the law or whatever, but they will come for you.
Yeah.
And a lot of your kids are in public school, and that's where these laws were affecting them. And so the religious people actually did kind of wake up for 1 year, and it was like, wow, guys, see, like it's
that's what's really important. And it's funny that you say Focus on the Family because they were everywhere back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Wits End.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the one in Colorado? They had an actual Wits End, and like you could go like walk around. It's so cool.
That's very cool.
So
Now,
cool. But it was all about money. They weren't about like fighting actual like policy.
Right. Well, initially they had what was it, Dobson, who ran Focus on the Family. Then his son came around and then made it like more for profit or something like that, and it completely changed, and their positions completely changed, unfortunately. And Wits End was fantastic. If I remember right, it was about a grandfather that would read stories to his grandkids or something like that about his life.
Adventures in Odyssey.
Right.
It was like, and my favorite Bible I ever had was an Adventures in Odyssey Bible because it had comics in it.
Yes.
But it was in the original Wit, it was a radio program.
Yes,
they had all sorts of radio stuff. And so the original Wit End was the drunk from Andy of Mayberry, the first drunk, Otis, the town drunk on Andy of Mayberry. He was the first voice of Wit originally.
Oh, very cool. I didn't know that.
It was sweet.
Yeah.
They were about like family, and they were about the 90s where it was like, don't let your kids watch smut and like, like be good parents. And then the actual organization, I'm like, these motherfuckers were out here since like 1990 when Colorado was just like, and I'm like, what were you guys doing?
Yeah.
What were you guys doing, So.
Yeah, they weren't paying attention. And also like there was other people like Walter Martin, the Bible Answer Man. I don't know if you remember him, but he had a radio show where people could call in and talk about all kinds of stuff. And he would talk about like spiritual warfare, demonology, all kinds of, and like that's the stuff that, I was interested in. Like, when I'm as a kid, I'm just like, oh, what's going on? Gabriel has a sword or whatever. You know, and then also you get a really Western society is rooted in the Bible, which is a good piece of information to read and to understand. Shout out to Hog Dog in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. But we were talking earlier about Bible schools, and church camps. Fulmo, did you ever go to a church camp or a
I feel
Bible
like I've been
vacation?
talking too much already.
Oh, have
Talking
you?
too much already.
You're getting in trouble. Yeah, of course. If you don't want to say anything,
No,
please don't say anything.
no,
but-
I will say it. I'll just say it
I'll
real
say
quick.
it,
This is
she
my
says.
experience.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a born again conservative Christian family, and so when we lived in Chicago before we moved to Colorado, we started going to this Bible camp that was part of the church my parents went to. And so Bible camp, and it's in Wisconsin. It's where my parents still have a house now. I'm going to be there next week.
Fantastic.
It's
Yeah.
so cool where it's at. But I went to this Bible camp even when I was 6 weeks old. They took me up there when I was 6 weeks freaking old. I've been going to this Bible camp my whole life
Wow.
up until 2002.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. We would do family camps. You could go as kids camp, high school camp, junior high camp. I didn't do that. I ended up just as soon as I turned 7th grade, I worked at the camp during the summers
Oh,
because
very
I was
cool.
oh,
Yeah.
I get to leave my parents for the summer and go have fun. And it was fun. We had horses. We you had to work and stuff, but it was so fun.
Yeah.
So I did that my whole life, all my teenage years until after I graduated high school and stuff. So I was there during my
Your formative period. Yes.
comeuppance of a yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
It was great. If your kids can go to Bible camp, you should send them
Yeah.
send them to a Bible camp.
I completely agree. Jess, did you ever have any experiences at Bible camp as you
I
grew
mean,
up, or
I
anything
went
like
to
that?
Bible camp. I did go to Bible camp a couple times. It was pretty. It was wholesome for the most part. It was G rated for me.
Yeah.
But I do know that there were some girls that were not G rated
of course.
there. But it was fun. It was a good time hanging out with my friends, and like FOMO said, horseback riding, swimming in the lake, jumping on that big blob thing in the middle of the lake. It was fun. It was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
No, it was a good time. Yeah, I went to Bible camps as a kid too, up in Mount Lassen here in California. Maybe Sulk knows where that is. It's outside of Sacramento, and we would go up there and have Bible camp and do all that kind of stuff. James, did you ever do any kind of Bible camp in England? Do they have that in England, or is it just the gypsies?
Oh yeah, I was first in line for Bible camp. I'm like an unrepentant hedonistic heathen. If you're talking about where I come from in South London, it's like if you can imagine filth and poverty. And what brings people together from where I come from is football. So the church was really the local boozer, the local pub, and the religion was football on a weekend. And all the wives and girlfriends were really relieved when the football team that their husband or partner supported, because they wouldn't get a battering, or they wouldn't get a really abusive weekend,
Wow, okay.
because they'd be sulking because the local team lost. It's
Yeah.
no, we didn't really have any of that Bible camp stuff. You know what I mean? My mother is a Catholic, and I would say she's probably what you would call a lapsed Catholic, because my mother's side of the family are Italians from Rome. And my dad's side of the family, they're Protestants. So he's Church of England, but he's lapsed as well.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I'm the way I am, because I didn't really have a religious background or religious teaching. Obviously, we had the Bible. Obviously, we had religious studies at school. But it's not something that I really got deep into. I just wanted to get out there and be a bit of a lad.
Yeah.
And when you're a bit of a lad, the Bible doesn't really come into it. And that's probably why I find myself in the situation I am now, like an aging Lothario, desperate, living a worthless life.
Yeah. Well, I hear that Sharia law is really making a come up, and so maybe if you convert to Islam over there in England, maybe you'll have a better luck.
Oh Jesus! Don't get me started. We got this new Prime Minister coming in, Andy Burnham, the so-called King of the North, and he's like, right, taxes are going up, land tax. We're going to make it easier for migrants to come to this country legally and illegally.
Right.
We're going to the time that it takes to become a British citizen. We're scrapping that. We're going to make it the minimum time. So this country is going to the absolute dogs. You're right. I don't know what kind of country we're going to have in 5 years, but
You're gonna have to.
it ain't going to be a Christian country.
You're gonna have to
I'll tell you that for nothing.
jump in on that Islamic speed dating or something like that.
I might come on stream one day and I'll suddenly be in a dress talking in tongues. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be,
Well, I mean that is more Pentecostal Christian. than it is. I guess Sikh Muslims are kind of like that too. Or no, not Sikh, but the mystic Muslims. I forget what they're called. They dance like a whirling dervish or whatever. But no, I remember when I was younger, I went to a couple of camps. Like I said, Mount Lassen was a fantastic one. But then when I was older, right when I graduated college, before I started work, somebody reached out to me and they needed a camp counselor, like bad, like on the spot. And so I ended up going and I was a camp counselor for that summer, right after I graduated college, and with a bunch of guys, and I think they were all like in I think there was like 4th or 5th grade or something like that. And I tell you, it was a different experience going back as an older person, as a camp counselor. And we had a good time. I mean, I let the kids do whatever they wanted to. I always hated those counselors who were like sticking to the rules and stuff. And I was always like, nah, you guys can like go swim for a little longer. I was like, if you guys stay in your bunk bed, turn on your flashlights, have fun with each other, just talk or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't care, bro. This is like memories for the rest of your life. I want you guys to have great memories. And then when it was over with, I remember because I had some wild kids, bro. I had a mixed group of kids. I had a couple black kids, a couple white kids, a couple fat kids or whatever. But I went up to every one of them and told them that, when their parents came, that their kid was the best kid of the camp that week. There was the standout kid. And I remember when I went to one of the black kids, and his grandmother was the one that picked him up, and I said, your grandson was the most well-behaved guy in our cabin. He was fantastic. And she was like, him? He was the best one? And I was like, yes, he was the best one. If you can reward him in any way, I would suggest doing so. And but that's what the camp counselors are supposed to do. They're supposed to make some kind of indelible
you were
impact.
probably so good at it, Ray. So I worked there for like 7 summers or 8 summers. I never was a counselor ever. I was like dish crew, kitchen, horses, I lifeguarded for a while. I never wanted to be around the kids in the camps. I can see a picture you being so good at it. Like you would have been great at it.
I see it too.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I just have a special thing because I remember growing up as a boy, right? There were so many people who tried to tell me what to do and what not to do. And then I would get 1 or 2 of those teachers that I could tell genuinely cared about me. Some of them were, guys, some of them were older women. And that really resonated with me. And so I told myself, if I ever find myself in this position, I want to be like that. I want to be like, not rules for the rules' sake, but I want you guys to have a great experience, but be safe, but have fun. You know what I'm saying? And so that's very important. And it was very important to me. And I still hope, to be a dad one day. So I'm looking forward to that.
You'll be a great dad.
Well, I appreciate that. I see your guys' pictures, and I see Sulk out there doing his thing with his boys. I'm like, man, that would be great to have a couple of, little guys running around that I can show how to barbecue and show how to throw a proper baseball so they're not like a sissy and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm looking forward to that. But, there's also crazy stuff that goes on at Bible school. We had counselors making out with counselors. We had all that kind of stuff. So just because it's Bible school, vacation Bible school, you still have to be on your toes. You still have to watch out for those kind of things as a parent. And so, Jess, that's why I think it's a good idea that you homeschool, because when you send them to regular school, it can be even worse. I got this article thing that we can talk about for a minute, but I got this teacher, this female teacher who was just arrested and just charged with raping 5 boys, ages 12 to 15, up to 30 times, bro. So let me pull that up really quick. And I thought that was insane. You just never know what is going on with people.
And it's so sad because those boys are just so horny and impressionable. They can't help their little hormones that are going through them. And so,
totally affects little boys differently. It affects boys differently than girls.
I had a friend that was it was a fellow comic. He told me and Sulk one time that he had sex with one of his teachers when he was a kid. And and he was kind of bragging about it, but Sulk and I looked at him and we were like, you were raped, dude. You're raped. He's like, no, I was fine. Oh. We're like, dude, you were raped.
Yeah.
It's not okay, actually. That was an adult.
Yeah.
You were a child.
No, you're 100% right. It's a completely different, it's 2 different, scales, one for women, one for little boys, but it's the same thing because the mind is not ready for it. And it pushes you in such in a position or a place where it like changes your world, and it changes how you grow. It changes how people think. Your focus might stop being football or baseball, and all of a sudden you become like this driven by this sexual compulsion that you don't know, and that could stay with you in long into your life. And so
Right.
go on, Jess.
Yeah, and then you go, you look for it, right? You look for that urge to be satisfied, and then you get to porn, and
Yeah.
then you start with normal stuff, and then it gets more and more depraved, and you need like more depravity to hit that fix in your brain. And unfortunately, this is what I'm going to be telling my sons when they're, of age and, they start maybe experimenting or whatever. I'm going to be like, listen, if you're going, we're not okay with porn in our house,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
whatever, they're boys, and they will have access to their internet. It will be monitored, but I'm going to let them know, listen, if you see something, you will never unsee it.
Yeah.
And it'll be in your brain forever. And it might, change the way that you process things. And it's so sad because like that's hard for even an 18-year-old to understand, let
It is.
alone,
Yeah,
a child to
Yeah. And also,
understand.
like, Forrest, when we back a little bit ways ago, remember when like Victoria's Secret was considered porn? And now that's like the standard. Like, you have like Skims everywhere. You have girls' asses everywhere. The softcore porn that you would see like in Victoria's Secret are now, that is marketing nowadays. What are your thoughts on that, Forrest Mommy?
I just made a post the other day because like I was raised so strict, and there were good aspects, bad aspects. As an adult, I can look back and think like what I would do differently, right?
Sure.
But yeah, I go to the water park now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me okay? I go to the water park now. And these girls, which I have a giant ass, which is always fucking out
Yes.
too, and
And thank God for that. Let me
But
just,
they-
as a
these
man,
teen
thank God.
girls,
Tell me more about this giant ass.
Show us.
teen girls, these teen girls literally have like their actual thongs at the
Yeah.
water park, like actual. I'm like, what, like, and I'm like the most there's nudes of me out there, right? Like I'm not like I have a weird thing about some of this stuff, right? But I'm also like, when you're a teenager, someone should be protecting you. And like, my mother never let me dress. You guys want to know something so funny? One time I had like a pair of jean shorts and I cut them really short, and my mom found them. Me for it. I'm like, I wasn't even having sex or anything. It was literally for like my own, and like my own, like it was just funny because she was so strict. And I wrote a joke note saying that In Sync stopped at my house, or tour bus stopped at my house, and I was like kissing Lance Bass, who turned out to be the gay one anyway. But like my mom read the note because it was in my like, and she like
Oh
thought it was real because like these women were so like, but I'm like, now I understand why like I would beat these kids too.
Yeah.
It's just like, like especially all these troony little boys. I just made a reply a minute ago. Like these troony boys, these like gay boys. Like I get this like reaction where I just want to beat them. Like
Yeah.
I just want to beat them, like for acting so gay. Like I just want to beat them.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a mom. You know what I mean?
She chooses violence. Yeah. James, what do you think about that?
They need it though.
Yeah.
They need it a little. Like there's
No, they do need
corporal. I used to be like against corporal punishment. Then I'm like, oh my God, I would have beat the shit out of my kids if I can't. You know what I mean? I'm like always like back and forth about it. But then I see that stuff and I'm like, well, maybe there was a point in time where he actually needed to get flicked in the face or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, I say this. I say, I'm like pro spanking, but nowhere above that. Like I see these parents out there, like women, like mothers who slap their sons. Bro, don't ever do that shit in the face. Don't ever slap your little boy in the face. That's horrible. But my mom.
Unless he's acting gay. Unless he's acting gay.
No.
Are you listening, D-Wax? Stop acting gay.
Yeah. No, when you spankings are okay. I remember like there was an age I think that I got to myself and my brother that I remember very specifically. I think I was like 10 and he was like 8. My mom tried to spank him and he just started laughing in her face, bro. And I was like, and thinking about that now, I was like, oh, he was like lighting her fuse right there, boy. And so she got so mad. She said, wait till your dad gets home and all this kind of stuff. And, but, you know, right about that time, spanking.
My mom was more mean. My
Oh,
mom
was
was
she?
the more mean one.
Oh, yeah?
She took the wooden spoon holder and say, pick it. So pick it.
Oh,
She
wow.
was so mean.
Well,
I was such a
My
big
mom
kid. You know
would
what,
also have me pick she would pull over on the side of the road. She'd take us to a bush and say, pick your switch.
Are you kidding me?
And-
Like the whole cotton picking slave thing? She like had
And
you
then
pick
so
your
we'd
switch?
pick a switch and then she'd sit there cleaning the leaves off. And she'd be like, so do I need to do this or not? And we'd be like, we're good. We're good. Me and my brothers would be like, we're good. So it was mostly a threat, but we did get the spankings every now and then.
I can't argue with the intimidation via switch. You know, I'll approve that, the psychological warfare of the parents.
It was.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially if you have healthy kids, man, you know, they're not like all on Ritalin and all this kind of stuff, and they actually have real emotions. And that was another one of the things that I witnessed earlier. I used to have a best friend that when I was in like 4th grade, and halfway through the school year, his parents put him on Ritalin, and he completely changed. He used to be so much fun to go out and run around. And then after that, he was like a zombie. And he never got off Ritalin. They always said he needed it. And that always stuck with me. And I remember that thinking, why don't like they just have the boys run around and get their energy out so they can sit still? That was something that I always thought that like in public schools, it was never fair because, you know, little boys have so much energy and they want to run around. They want to like kick things and throw things and have fun. And the little girls wanted to sit there, and school is set up for little girls and they want boys to act that way. And then they have female teachers. They get mad when the boys act like boys. And, you know, I observed that. I don't know why I observed it. I just had that point of view where I was like, I see something different going on here.
Because you were being emasculated at a young had and you're like, what the fuck is going on? You knew something wasn't right.
Yeah. I remember the very first time that I went to a public school, my mom was all worried because she had done the homeschooling, and she thought we were going to, you know, myself and my brother are going to be like below average because she was didn't think she was an intellectual giant herself. And so we went in there, and she dressed like I was in a full-on like a bow tie with a sweater vest, a V-neck sweater vest, and I was in 4th grade. I had slacks on. I did, bro. I was just like, I went in there, and that's what I wore the whole year. And like everybody else was like looking at me like this, and the teacher was like looking at me like, you know, like what the hell's going on? But they did treat me better. They treated me better. I even remember, okay, this is a kind of a wild story. I'm sorry I'm going off on a tangent so much. But when I was in the 4th grade, I had a teacher, a male teacher, and he was very nice to me. But there was this little boy that I think about all the time. I still think about him to this day, and his name was Dwayne Beecham. And Dwayne, shout out to you, bro, out there if you're still out there. This was in Sacramento. We went to a little school called Spinelli Elementary School. And I remember that my male teacher would get so mad at Dwayne. I don't know why. Dwayne was a great guy. He was maybe a little bit more talkative, but the teacher would pick on Dwayne and throw his desk out of the fucking room. He would pick his desk up and throw it out of the room and then push Dwayne, a little 4th grader, out the room. And I remember a couple of times, this happened the entire year. And, you know, this is a man doing this to little Dwayne. I remember walking out and going like to lunch or recess, and the teacher literally had Dwayne picked up and pinned against the wall, yelling at him like a couple of inches away from his face. And I remember thinking, oh, wow, I hope I never do anything to make him that mad at me. And that was going through my mind. It wasn't until I got older that I realized that is abuse, bro. What the hell is going on right there? Like I couldn't imagine if I had my son was treated that way by a teacher, I would be livid. I would be like, let's burn this motherfucker down. Yeah.
I would not. I would be catching a charge.
100%, bro. You know Sulk would be over there tuning that guy up, man.
Well, one of the main reasons why we're homeschooling, besides like the political shit, is because of Sulk's experience growing up, and especially in California. And those teachers there, they were insane, and they did abuse him, and he was shaken and stuff. And
yes,
it's just terrible. Our son, if our son was in public school, he would definitely be diagnosed with some like attention deficit, but he can pay attention. He can learn. He's like in a he's going into kindergarten, but he's at like well into first grade territory, like if not second with his learning, but he can't stand still.
Yeah.
The boy can't sit still.
That's all boys, by the
bouncing
way.
off the walls. And
Yeah.
I just tuned it into that, and he's and like his lessons around his bouncing and
Right.
and it works. But yeah, public school, they just emasculate the men. It's
They
so
do.
sad.
It's horrid.
Yeah.
And this all ties into what we're going to talk about in a minute about the man female relationships, because you know everybody, I hear women now say we're all the good men, we're all the good men, everybody's a simp, and this is why. It's because little boys are actually, you know, have the masculinity beat out of them. James, what kind of experiences did you have in the English school system? I know you grew up in a rough and tough, a tough and tumble area. What did you have? Did you see any of this kind of stuff, or were teachers well behaved? How was it for you coming up?
Well, yeah, and I can quickly go back to the two of those other topics. With regards, you were talking about porn.
Yeah.
Like Jess was saying, I've never been porn brained.
Yeah.
You know, porn's never done it for me because I lost my virginity at 15. And it's like after that, when you've actually had sex, porn can never satisfy you in the way having sex with a woman can. You know what I mean? So it's like I could watch all the fucking porn in the world and it would never do anything for me. Yeah. Absolutely nothing. I would get no arousal. I would get no pleasure out of that. Yeah. So with regards to that, I've never been porn brained. And like the other one, you were talking about predators in school, like female predators. Yeah. I remember when I like got into school, I was 11 years old and we had this English teacher called Miss Telling. And I think this has been, you can tell this has been the foundation of my life, the way I talk about blondes. She was the most gorgeous blonde. She had this like permed hair, and from 11 years old to 16 I was absolutely in love with her. You know what I mean? So you could see how a predator could manipulate someone who feels that way. You know what I mean? It would be so easy for them, and she never was like that. And I saw her later in life after I left school, went to college. I saw her out clubbing and she wasn't Miss Telling anymore. She was just Nikki. And the kind of like fancying her had gone because I'd grown up and moved on. But you can tell how someone, if they're evil, if they're a predator, if they want to manipulate someone who's vulnerable and feels a certain way about them. And they can tell, can't you? You can tell when someone fancies you and the way they act. But she was never like that. But she was a beautiful blonde. And I always remember that because that's been like a foundation of my life. Just thinking back like that young and recognizing a beautiful woman for the first time.
It shapes your desires and it shapes your tastes moving forward. You know, like the first time you kiss somebody, the first time you touch a boob or whatever. The first time you hug a girl with big boobs and you feel her hugging you back and you're like, whoa, there's some electricity there. And it should be a great thing, but it can also be very dangerous. And like that's why you don't want these other influences. I think Big B Trucker earlier said his kids were 2 grade levels above their grade level. I find that happens with people who are homeschooled. I find that this whole, when they say they're not going to be socialized the way that kids in regular school are, I think that's a big lie. I think they're better socialized, actually. They read more literature.
I even grew up with those weirdos. I grew up with some of those people who would say like that they were the weirdo religious homeschool kids, but they were fine. Those kids were, even back in the 90s, those kids were way more fine than
exactly.
You know, and and then it's like, what, the only time your kid hangs out with people is public school? That's your problem as a parent for being a shitty fucking parent. You know, because you should be doing all this other stuff. Like Jess says, you can do co-ops now with there's so many options. And if you're a teacher, why the hell wouldn't you go private?
Exactly.
How wouldn't you? You can make so much money.
Yes.
Like
no, and I completely agree with you. And also with YouTube now, you can learn anything. You can have any form of curriculum. You know, even with if you then layer AI on top of it, you can have AI put together a curriculum, and you could select what you want to teach your children or what you want to teach anybody. It's so important to do that. The public school teachers are overpaid, and it's waste, bro. It's a fucking waste. Not all. It's like Jesse Lee Peterson says, not all, but most. James, how was it growing up?
I have some nieces.
Yeah.
I have 2 nieces who just went through they graduated the same high school I went to. No big deal.
Nice.
But they were homeschooled for 1 year during COVID because my sister is very smart. My sister's a psychologist and she's a cool psychologist.
She therapist?
Yeah, but she's one of the good ones who's out here in Colorado fighting against all the bullshit. I keep her informed. I'm like, fight. Her name's Veronica.
Yeah.
Jessica, Veronica, Rebecca. That's all the girls in my family. But
I love it.
anyway, her kids are so smart. the kids, it's how you are as a parent. Like, obviously, I would never send kids to public school either. But as parents, you can still do it right. And,
Yeah.
be in a better district. They didn't let them have phones.
Right.
Like there was all this stuff, and like they're smart kids because they're brilliant.
Yeah.
My niece graduated at 16.
Yeah.
Wow. Like
Yeah.
that's because she also went to like the college classes,
Right.
which you can do that when you homeschool too. You can go to the freaking it's all this stuff is out there anyways. So
Yeah.
it's not like you need public school.
No, I completely agree with you, FOMO, and I think that if you can't do homeschool, if you can't do private school or whatever, as a parent, you should just be monitoring your child's behavior after school. Don't expect them to come talk to you, but monitor their behavior. If their behavior changes even just a little bit,
Be a parent, you mean? I have all these even conservative parents who are like, I had to put my daughter on birth control because I don't know what she was up to. And I'm like, how do you not know what she's up to?
yeah,
My
right,
parents both went back to work when I was a teenager and they knew what the fuck I was up to
yeah.
every minute of every day.
Well, I
You know
mean,
what I mean? So it's
yeah,
like,
and now we have flock cameras, so I mean, parents can basically stalk their kids all across the nation with relative ease. You know what I'm saying? But James, I want to go back to that question. How was the schools in England when you were growing up? Did you feel like they treated boys and girls different? Was it a rough atmosphere? What was it like?
It was horrendous. My primary school, so we went to primary school up to the age of 11, and then we go to a secondary school, which is 11 to 16. Now, my primary school got shut down by Ofsted, like I think a few years after I left because it was below teaching standards.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it was basically like it was like an asylum, it was basically the kids were running amok. The teachers it was underfunded, the teachers were underpaid in where I was from because it was like a rough area. It was in Crystal Palace, and they just didn't want to do any of the work. Basically, all we did all day, we would do like play football. They wouldn't teach us reading and writing. The only reason that my reading and writing standards were up to secondary school standards, so up to the age of 11 when I went to secondary school, because my mother was diligent.
Yes.
She would read to me. She would teach me how to read. She would teach me how to write. Most of the people that left Malcolm Primary School and then went to like Kelsey, which was the secondary school, it was like they couldn't read or write. They couldn't do joined up writing. You know what I mean? They didn't know anything about history. They didn't know anything about the sciences. They didn't know anything about politics. So basically, they were thrown into the environment of secondary school, which is 11 to 16. They were going to get picked on. They were going to get bullied because it was really rough. And also, they were like at remedial level.
Yeah.
They just weren't prepared for secondary school. They couldn't do reading, they couldn't do writing, they couldn't do arithmetic. So what would happen? They would sit at the back of the class and basically they get treated like dunces. So by the time they got to 16, there was no chance for them to go on to go to college. There was no chance for them to go to university. Already they've been turned into a statistic that their life was going to be a life of a loser. They were going to have a low paying job. They probably weren't going to be able to afford to start a family and have children. They might get into drugs. They might drift into crime. Basically, all the people from my area, they were just basically left to fend for themselves. And what do you do in that situation? You do whatever you can to survive and make money. They were never given a chance.
So
they never had a chance.
It sounds like The Wire a little bit, like the show The Wire.
Like that kid, you felt sorry for him, didn't you? You remember the black kid who wanted to learn?
Yeah.
And he went into the school, didn't he? And the teacher took him under his wing and got him some soap and deodorant and a flannel.
Yeah.
And yet he ended up working for the he ended up working on the horse and cart, didn't he? And becoming a druggie.
Yeah, and becoming a druggie. Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
Your life's determined in this country, right? Your life is determined by geography.
Yeah.
If you come from an inner city in London, if you grow up in Birmingham or Manchester, you've got less of a chance of being a success in life.
Yeah.
If you come from like a rundown council estate, if you live in a nice area in London, then you go to the best schools. Your parents can afford you to take you out of the state school system. They'll send you to a private school. They'll get you a fancy education. They have the connections to move you on in life.
Yeah.
My parents never had that connection, and a lot of people that I grew up with didn't have that connection. So we were just left to fend for ourselves. They throw you to the wolves because there's plenty of other people that can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it becomes a money-making paradigm at that point, much like the rap music and the privatized, incarceration system. I wanted to come back to you, Jess, and I wanted to ask you, did you ever get picked on or anything like that in school at any point? When you were growing up, like maybe in primary school or middle school or high school, was there ever a time when you got picked on?
Yes. I got
Really?
picked on. Yeah.
I can't
got
imagine that. Like,
bullied.
what the hell? Like,
No, I
don't
got
know.
bullied.
I don't know how the girl situation is, but I heard it's worse than the guy situation as far as bullying. Well, what's your
It's
take on that?
meaner. I
Yeah.
would rather take a punch to the face than deal with bitches. Let me just say that. Like, girls are mean. I was, I'm like, I don't know, elementary school age girl. And, I was a little hairy. Okay. So they
A
would
little
make
Italian,
fun of
maybe?
me.
Little Italian.
I'm a little Italian. All right. So my great granddaddy was Italian,
Yes.
full Italian.
Yeah.
So we're hairy people.
Okay.
So I would get made fun of. They would make fun of me. Thankfully, my mom like helped me take care of it and
Yeah.
everything like that, because I was getting made fun of so much. And then too, just like, I mean, I wasn't popular, like, in the sense of like the cool popular girl or
Sure.
anything like that. I was pretty chill, laid back. I was more of a tomboy. So, that I think that kind of saved me from a lot of the drama. But like, I remember one time in high school, one of these kids that I was in school with him from elementary school on up, and he goes, "What happened to you?" Like, he told
What?
because like I would wear black every day. and,
Okay.
like,
Oh,
I wouldn't,
okay.
like, I wouldn't associate with kids at school because not I was too cool or anything, but just because like I just hated school so much. I
Right.
hated the environment, like the bullshit, all the drama and
Yeah.
everything like that, like the stupid problems and stuff like that. Like it was just not, it just didn't interest me in the least bit. Like I had friends and everything, don't get me wrong, but like, oh my God, yeah, I would get picked on a little bit. Not so much. It was mostly like when I was little,
Yeah.
like in elementary school. People left me alone for the most part in middle school and high school, thankfully.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I was like in my 20s, I would get bullied at work
What?
a lot for being the skinny white girl.
Oh, because you
I
want
would-
fat? Oh, this girl needs some more red beans and rice, y'all. Get her some
They
red.
would be like,
give
just
us-
eat a
yeah.
cheeseburger. And it's like, you guys don't understand. I only eat cheeseburgers like all the time.
Yeah.
I am able to metabolize it.
And
like,
hoes
I
be
move my
mad when
body.
they hear that. They be like,
Yeah, like,
They, like,
nah,
melt
I
down.
actually just ate 2 candy bars on my way in. Like, what's your problem?
Yeah,
like,
and an Oreo Blizzard, bro. I was pounding that shit, dog. Yeah.
Sorry, like I stay on the McFlurries. Okay.
Oh, hell
but,
yeah, McFlurry.
Yeah, M&M McFlurry, I will fuck up.
Yeah.
But like women can be really cruel. And especially if you're not ugly,
Oh,
they hate
Facts,
that.
bro. Facts.
Ugly bitches hate pretty bitches.
That's
they
true.
hate them.
That's
They
true.
can't stand it.
Yeah, I remember somebody was telling me that, like, in the ancient civilizations, women run the world, and I was like, bro, you ever met women? They hate women. Like, what are you talking about, dog? It's crazy.
I won't even.
Can I say my experience? Oh, sorry, go on,
Yes.
Jess.
No,
Also,
go ahead. Go
my
ahead.
bully.
You go.
No, I was gonna say, middle school was the worst for me.
Yeah, okay, what was it?
Worst. Was
Yeah.
the worst. At lunchtime, the boys would sing. They go, "Roses are red, violets are black. Why is your chest as flat as your back?" 7th grade. I'm in 7th grade, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is what's, you guys should respect me because I've been made fun of for small boobs all my life and I never got fake boobs ever, and I never would. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I'm like, that
You
was
should
like,
have told them anything more than a handful's a waste.
Yeah.
these guys don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
They're high. Everyone's so stupid
Yeah.
and mean, and like and all these girls who had boobs are fucking fat. You know what I mean?
facts.
They were
Fat.
fat. Like an
They're
athlete.
so
like I just
fat.
didn't develop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was so mean.
Well-
it was so like, you guys, do you understand? You were so
Yeah.
mean to me growing up.
Yeah, well,
Like, I
Hendrik,
turned out awesome.
yeah, you
Turned
did.
out freaking awesome.
You're
okay?
amazing. I
Hendrik
love
in the
you.
chat said they liked you. That's why they were doing that. I completely agree. I think they were trying to flirt with you.
Oh yeah. Then when I show up, they left me alone in high school. Obviously, no one cares in high school and stuff. But then I show up for the freaking reunion, and
Yeah.
guess who's hot as hell?
Yeah.
Guess who's hot as
As
fucking
far
hell
as
at the
mommy has
reunion?
her-
You know, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Has her
I'm
revenge.
like, you guys ignored me. You
Yeah.
guys ignored me, and then look how I turned.
Boom.
You're all with the fat cheerleaders now, and they're all fat.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so like,
Mhm.
Forest,
ignored me.
Forest
Sorry.
Mommy, when did your butt come in, and did that make a difference? Was that like post high school?
Well,
Or?
I did track and field, so I've always had thighs and a butt.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's what happened is like when my body was developing, I grew up on well water
Yeah,
and
of
no
course.
medicines
And whole
anything
milk,
like that.
of
So my
course, yeah.
puberty was very clean.
Yeah.
And then I was an athlete,
Yeah.
and like I look like my brother. It's so funny. Like I look like none of the women in my family, even
Oh
my
God, that's put it
nieces,
off for me.
they got fucking jumpers, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got fucking
Big
jumpers,
asses.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, it's
I-
so
I-
funny. So, but our whole family just has thighs and ass.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
love that track and field, thighs and ass. Not gonna lie, those are fantastic. I have dated a couple
always
of
been muscular.
a girl who was an ice skater one time, and after she stopped ice skating, though, her thighs and ass blew up the size of a fucking Winnebago, and I was just like,
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Because like my life, I was so skinny up until COVID.
yeah,
And then when COVID happened, I lost 20 pounds. I was 120 at 5'8". Like that's so skinny. I didn't weigh 120 since sixth grade.
I was like, damn.
I lost all this weight,
Yeah,
but now I'm getting fat. Now I'm just like, now it's coming back.
Famo was
So
getting-
fat. But I'm like, I don't care. I don't even fucking care anymore.
yeah.
Like,
Fun was
whatever.
getting happy
I'm
again.
old.
Yeah, no, quit saying
It's a
that shit.
shit.
You can age but never get old. That's what I say. That's what older people have told me.
And now I'm gonna go through now I'm going through like menopause. Like I'm starting to get menopause shit. Like,
Yeah.
like what's just happening, people? But whatever. It is what it is.
And bro,
like,
it's life. It's okay. It's life. You know, you graduate to a higher, understanding and more enjoyment.
I
it
know
would be nice if my
30-year-old
boobs ever grew. If my I never gained weight from like up here, but it kind of helps though because then you don't look fat.
It keeps your
If you don't
face
have big
slim.
boobs, you don't
Yeah,
look
exactly.
fat.
Big
Yeah.
boobs will make you
Sorry,
look
Jess.
fat even if you're not. It's absolutely
And
true.
you never know how they're gonna look. I saw them on so
Mhm.
many different kinds of women, like really skinny women like me. You could see the ripples, and then like it just turned out different on every woman, and they look
Mhm.
fat eventually.
Yeah.
Like
You know what, FOMO though? I know like young, like late 20s, early 30s chicks that would kill to look like you.
Yeah,
so,
facts. Yeah, without a
like,
doubt.
kill.
Yeah.
So you're
although I got the bingo wings now, but you know,
whatever. Look at
just
those arms. Those are amazing.
Bro, speaking of
Stop.
hot wings, I do love some hot wings. Not gonna lie. James, were you ever teased in school at any point? Where did anybody bust your balls or anything like that, or were you kind of the one?
Yeah,
busting
when I
balls?
first went to secondary school, there was this kid, and he was like this ugly fat ginger kid, but he really had it in for me from the jump, right?
Yeah.
And he used to fucking bully me mercilessly, right? I mean, mercilessly. This kid was laying it in. He was like fucking lifting me up and fucking propelling me around. He was when I was off on the side on
It
my
sounds
own
like a
playing football.
relationship.
You know, like fucking like cottering me. He was fucking like he was
Yeah.
taking me off and whacking me and beating me up and shit. And like when the teachers weren't looking, and I went to my old man and I was like, "Shit, Dad." I said, "Look, you know, I'm jammed up here. Every day I go to school is fucking miserable. This kid's got it in for me." And he was like, "James, shut up, right? This is what you got to do, right?" He says, "You got to load up your." He says, "You got books, right?
Yeah.
You just load up your rucksack, right?
Yeah.
And the first chance you get, just crack him," he said. "Just fucking crack him." And he said, "Once you've done it, he'll never do it again." So I cracked the geezer and he never did it again.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Because he knew I would stand up for myself. The
Yeah.
moral of the story is, if you're getting picked on, you will continually get picked on by this person until you stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
And that was what my dad was trying to teach me. He said, "I've been through it. Everyone's been through it. If you end up having children and grandchildren, they'll go through it." He said, "It's just a rite of passage."
Yeah.
He said, he thinks you're weak and he's going to continue to pick on you until you make a stand and stand up for yourself. So whatever way you want to do it, whether you want to punch him, whether you want to nut him, whether you want to kick him, whether you want to load up your bag and smack him, he said, just get a couple of shots in, right? And you might come off second best, but he'll stop doing it because he won't like you keep giving him a beating back. He'll find someone else who won't defend themselves." And that was it.
No,
He never did it again.
You're 100% right, and I think that that's a good a lesson that your dad gave you, because really bullying is about what the bully's trying to figure out how you're going to respond and if you take it or not. And if you decide you don't want to take it, he's going to move on to do something else. I got bullied a little bit. I remember it was in 9th grade when people found out that gay rhymed with Ray. And so they ran around for a week telling me that gay Ray, gay Ray, gay Ray. And the way I stopped it was I started making fun of them saying, bro, people in 4th grade already figured that out. What are you guys, stupid or something? You guys just now? Then they're like, oh, okay, never mind. And then so
That's what bullying is for, though. That's what bullying is for, is that social checking.
Yes.
There is good to bully. Like, obviously there's people who go too cruel with bullying and whatever, but like still, like, thankful I got bullied. Like, I'm thankful it happened to me by these stupid bitches who ended up bad anyway. You know what I mean? It was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, and it made me realize it's not me. It's not me. I'm just a nice girl. Like, hang out. You know what I mean? And so it was like, it does teach these things. But the problem is people get bullied and then they turn into the freaking tyrants. And that's who's running the government and all that shit now, is all these ugly bitches
that don't even know how to fight. They don't know how to fight at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I tell all my sons. I'm like, my oldest, I'm like, hey, if someone's bullying you, you know, don't start anything. But if they hit you and you tell them stop and they come at you again, I'm like, punch them in the face. I don't care. Like, figure it out. You need to deal with it.
Self-defense.
Like,
Self-defense is the most, like, easy thing to understand. As it's a tiny baby, you go like this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, as a human, you always go like this to protect. Like,
yourself.
Self-defense is the most important thing.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right, and that's why I agree with what you're doing, Jess. Putting your son in jujitsu, I think it's fantastic. I was in judo back then as a young guy, and I did jujitsu then for like 5 or 6 years when I was later in life. But I was always very good at wrestling and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's so important, because as soon as like somebody approaches you as a man and you position yourself like, okay, I know what to do now. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm going to back away. So 9 times out of 10, just having that information to know how to like handle yourself physically or whatever, it'll resolve itself. And then when they find out that like, oh, he's not bothered by this, he's actually ready to fight, they're going to be like, oh, okay. That's another level. And also, if they get cauliflower ear, that's also a good indicator, Jess. If they get that cauliflower, don't mess with anybody with the cauliflower ear, people. They will fuck you up.
Even if they can't fight, they can take a punch. So.
Oh, yeah. They're fine with pain. And if they're fine with pain, you don't want to roll with somebody like that. So you gotta watch out. 110%. We got a Ko-Fi from Big B Trucker real quick. Shout out to Big B Trucker. Let me get a little clap. Big B Trucker. Long haul. He says, Love Boat Sunday rules. Here's for 2 shots of Patron. Shout out to you, Big B Trucker. Hoping you're having a good one. Crossing the country or wherever you're at. Now, Big B Trucker, he's a fantastic guy. He takes his whole family with him when he's a long haul trucking. And he's actually sent me quite a few pictures that his wife takes. She's quite the photographer. So I've been fortunate to have that. Now, I wanted to...
in a beautiful area.
Yes.
Like he's always in Northern California, which is just beautiful.
Bro, he's everywhere.
CK's got competition then.
Yeah. CK and him, they're both fantastic photographers. His wife takes lovely shots of all the different national parks that they go to and sends them to me so I can use them for landscape painting. And so it's a win-win. So I appreciate you out there.
Nice.
Big. Shout out to your wife too. Give her a high five from me.
Baby.
And then that's one of the Christmas cards I sent out to Forest Mommy. She got one of them. Fantastic. Now that was a little scene from around my house, Forest Mommy. We've got
it's just desert.
Yeah, we've got cacti all over the place where I live. Yeah. In fact,
you know where I live, the forest house. We have a prickly pear cactus everywhere, and like we have cactus here in the mountains. It's so fun. Like when shit grows.
Yeah, I love it when it grows. Yeah, like, I got so many cactus growing out front now. I got to be careful because they're starting to get mean. If they're starting to intimidate me when I walk by. They're like, "Hey, bitch, watch out! I'm gonna poke you." And I'm like, "Oh shit, get away from me!" Are
it the tall ones, the saguaros or whatever?
No, they're like they're like the prickly the prickly pear ones, but they're the turquoise and purple ones. And but they grow so fast when you water them, and they're like growing up. I got to do something about it because I'm about to get hurt. All right, I
had to do a double take. I thought that was one of my personal pics I'd accidentally sent.
yeah, right. Yeah, you got to watch out for those pricks, bro.
Dick, because you're talking about hard dick, because it was a big old cactus. Is that what you're saying, James?
We following you, James.
Would I be that cheesy? Would I be that blunt, please?
Big B
I'm not cheesy, so
yeah, Big B in the chat says he doesn't long haul anymore. He's got a sweet gig doing regional. Well, fantastic. That's awesome.
That's nice. Well done.
Great to hear it.
I like which I have trucker friends who do that, who like once a week they drive from Denver to Salt Lake City and back, and that's their whole trucking job. And it's just like I'm like I'd like to do that because I like driving. Like that would be kind of.
Don't they have like birds at your truck stops? Don't they have like birds that hang around the truck stops and like
lot lizards?
Lot lizards.
Yeah, tell me about this. I'm so intrigued. I've got to know about this.
It's so
They're
funny.
disgusting.
Yeah, it's so funny because we're talking about.
Sounds amazing.
We're talking about trucking, and James is like, no, tell me about the prostitutes. Tell me about. He's like, how are the prostitutes in Vegas? Are they top tier?
Are they of a really decent standard, or are they a bit like?
And I live by a truck stop. If you guys follow Quincy, the black guy who's a truck driver, I don't know if you guys have probably seen him, but like I've met him at the truck stop before, and I felt like a lot lizard because I like ran up and I was like, "Hey,
FOMO, you're crazy." Guy. You are crazy. Don't you know that that's how like people get
I'm
killed?
sure it happens at this truck stop. But, like, you know.
No, I heard like all the serial killers are like truck drivers that have freezers in the back of their trailer. Thank God you're still alive.
No, they're all Indians now. It used to be like when you would drive. I drive cross country. I'm going to do a 17-hour drive next week, and I'm like, I used to love that drive because it felt like the truckers were the angels on the road.
Yes.
But now they're all freaking Pajeets.
Oh, bro,
they're literally all
true.
Pajeets and like.
Yeah, Big B Trucker, what's going on with the Pajeets that are in trucking?
Are they still doing that driving license scam that they were doing where they were just giving them licenses?
They cut a lot off.
Yeah.
Cut a lot off.
Yeah.
They did cut a lot off in a lot of states.
They're still doing it.
I don't know what it like the official is.
Especially here in California, bro. You know they're still doing that shit. It's wild, bro.
Screw those companies and screw those companies that were doing that crap. Like screw you.
Yeah.
Screw you. Because there's so many white men in America who would like love to drive truck and be brokers and be because you can actually be your own business.
Or
even
if you
buy a truck.
any male American citizen, I say go for it. I've met there's a ton of great trucker guys, bro. That's what they do. But don't bring in H-1B visa people to be our truckers. Fuck that shit.
They can barely see over the wheel. Like, come on,
bro. And also they're clipping their toenails and making ramen and like live chatting all at the same time while they drive in a truck. Like, bro, what the fuck are you guys doing? They're trying to
literally see someone die. They'll literally see someone die crashing into them, and they're like,
they don't care. Or they cause it and they think, well, bro, have you guys seen those truckers doing U-turns in the middle of the freeway? Like you got the highway and they're driving over like the grass partition in the middle to do a U-turn in the middle of like a like I-40 or whatever, bro. It's fucking, it's crazy.
And a car crashes into them and they're like, oh, what happened?
They're like,
what happened? It's like they have no like life. Life is not important to them
at all.
Or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I look at them right sometimes and it seems like.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, I look in their eyes sometimes and it seems like the lights are on, but no one's at home. It's like, goodness gracious me, I do not know what's going on. Where am I right now? It's like, fucking hell, mate.
Yeah.
Like you're doing a job where you need to concentrate. Switch on.
Yeah, they're crazy. What were you going to say, Jess?
I was just saying there's so many of them. So maybe they like all share a collective brain cell. And at times that they don't, if they don't have the brain cell, then they're just running around killing people.
Yeah.
So I don't
know. No, it is that way, though. It's crazy. Our cultures don't mix, and it can only degrade our culture because we're never going to have enough energy to raise them to the level of our first world culture. We're always going to go down. It's always going to degrade, and that's a scary thing. And I don't know why the government's doing that and all that kind of stuff. And I hope that they don't impact the trucker guys so much because like Forrest Mommy was saying, that's a great job that a man can provide for a family. And that's so important that we have jobs for men so that they can then have families. And I'm not talking like one kid. I'm talking like 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. I think every man should have, a good amount of kids. And I hope the women can stay at home and be stay-at-home moms. I mean, that's the way I think it should be personally. And I'm sure you guys share the same idea.
Yeah.
We got Hog Dog in the chat. He says Nebraska has fallen. Hate to hear that. Forrest Mom was talking about I-80.
You can still go pretty fast. You can still I drive through Nebraska a couple times a year. It's 75 now, and you can hit like 85 on the cruise control. No problem.
No problem.
Just pass the Jeep truckers and you're fine.
Yeah, bro. And yeah, I remember the ROTC guys, like Royce was talking about how he was like always nervous when there was trucks behind him. And I'd find myself getting that way because where I live on the I-15 right by the El Cajon Pass. And that's what I call the hill. And it's a tremendous grade that drops 4,000 feet in a matter of like, I don't know, 10 miles, which is the steep incline. And I'm always like looking at the trucks like, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. So I always got to watch out for that. But hopefully the trucker guys will be okay. Now, okay, I wanted to talk real quick or real slow as it is about what we're going to talk about, fatal attraction, okay? And I wanted to go around. I wanted to see if any of you guys had any experience with fatal attraction. Like, I can't imagine that any of you guys actually stalked somebody. I doubt anybody here stalked somebody, but have you guys ever been a victim of stalking? And if you guys have stalked somebody and you want to share that, share that. Jess, have you ever had somebody who just wouldn't leave you alone? Like some guy who was just kind of like, have you ever felt that kind of situation where you're like, why is this person like always in my whatever? Or like when we were younger, like, why do they keep like staring at me? Or why do they keep sitting next to me at lunch? Like if you're in primary school or whatever, have you ever had any of those interactions?
Which Jess?
You. I'm sorry. I call you Jess. I call her Force Mommy, our FOMO. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Nothing that really sticks out. I definitely
Or have you had any
like,
friends who've had a situation like that where they're like, oh, this guy who like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I've had friends like definitely themselves pick the wrong men, are obsessed with the wrong men that are only going to lead them down poor paths, and it's like dead bedroom stuff when you're like 21 years old because the guy's like fucking somebody else.
Like the sex is bad or whatever. And
the sex is bad.
I thought
or
dead
they don't
bedroom.
Have
like,
sex at all.
Are they choking? Are they hanging each other? What are they doing? You're like, dead.
No.
I've never heard that term before.
But no, I never experienced anything like that. I've never been involved in really anything like that. Except for, I'm obsessed with Sulk and like,
that's normal though. You guys
probably
are married.
degrade myself for him.
No, it's called love. See, that's called love. That's a normal relationship. If you were back in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, you would find yourself in the norm. That's what normal relationships were like. What do you think was the difference, Jess, between the fact that like you were able to like have a normal relationship or whatever, but what was the thing that you see about your friends? When they are like obsessive, do you think that there was something that happened to them like in their childhood? Was there a teacher maybe that like, I don't know, did something? Or do you think it's more innocuous than that and they just kind of got, I remember like you said NSYNC or whatever, or Backstreet Boys or like the boy bands. I remember like all the girls like feverishly about that. And I was so young at the time. I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
I think a lot of it is just like a need for attention.
Okay.
And then they get addicted to the attention, right? So then when the man doesn't give them the attention, like it's more tempting.
Okay.
So they might like go after it because they're not getting that need fulfilled. Like if they were to get the need fulfilled, then they would be done with the man because like, what else do you have to offer me? I see a lot of women do that.
Okay.
A lot of women, even like grown ass, like 40-year-old women,
yeah,
they like will lead men along and stuff, and knowing that it's not going anywhere for some reason. I don't know, women are just a little fucked in the head, and
you think it's just for like the attention, like they want something to do or they want that male input.
They need something to do, but I think that like they also can't help it because of the fatal attraction thing. Like they need that like attention, and even though the man's not going to be giving it to them, they're just like, well, that makes them want it more, right? Yeah. But usually once they get it, they're like, oh, I have 6 other guys I'm stringing along, so it's okay,
No,
I don't know. I think
that's
it's
prevalent.
Toxic.
I think that happens too, and I also see that like with a lot of women with gay men too, where they like, I don't know if you. I used to have a lot of friends that had women with gay men, and they used the gay men to get their male attention from. Yeah, fag hacks.
Fag hacks. Yeah. I've seen that a lot. Yeah, because I used to go to the gay club because I was safe there.
Yeah,
like I would not get hit on.
Yeah.
I'd not get hit on, whatever. But I've seen that in the circles where women like flirt with gay men, like touch up on their dicks and stuff. And I'm like,
they just try to control them like little husbands. These unmarried fag hacks will find a gay man that they try to control. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like the same thing.
Well, and and it's interesting too because then
Real.
you see like the women like complimenting the men on their outfits and stuff like that, and you see like this weird vibe that starts to circulate, this feedback loop of how, oh my God, this is so cute, and that's, but then you start to realize like as a man, I step back and I'm like, well, what's really going on here? And it's like it's a reciprocation of attention that they flurry each other with compliments and kind of get that. The women get the male attention, and then the gay men get attention
Still the
from the women.
balance of feminine and masculine.
Right.
It's still the balance.
Right, it's
you can't
still
get away
there.
from it, even
You
if you're
can't-
gay.
That's right. You can't get away from it, and that's a very good observation, FOMO, and I completely agree with you. FOMO, have you had an experience or had friends where you've witnessed a fatal attraction kind of situation? Did you ever have a boyfriend? I'm probably not. Or did you have girlfriends who had boyfriends that were obsessed with them or something? Or did you have girlfriends who were obsessed with men? Or did you witness any kind of those kind of relationships?
I mean, I'm perfect, obviously.
Obviously,
so
yeah.
no, but being
Yes,
in
you are.
politics.
Yeah.
But being in politics, I had this last year, I had a stalker, and I have
Okay.
no idea why
Yeah.
he like focused on me other than I'm hot.
I love how she says that. She says that and then
Hey.
smiles and then brushes her hair, obviously.
Well,
So
because like all these like weirdo political people, like they want what Forest Mommy has, and I'm such an idiot, and I just have it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm just, you know what it is? Just it is real, and it is what it is. But all these people who like want to be freaking political people in Colorado, like this guy kept coming after me, and he was married at the time. I think they've
Yeah.
gotten divorced now because he's been arrested twice.
oh,
He's been arrested.
so this is something he does.
twice.
This is something he does.
It was weird this whole last year. And I tried to get a restraining order
Yeah.
against him, and I couldn't because he had a lawyer, and I couldn't
Yeah.
prove at the time that it was him who was sending me the messages and stuff like that. But like, I went through some shit last year,
Yeah.
guys. But it's been like great. Like, and it was just some dude, and everyone's like, why did he focus on you
Yeah.
so much? Because he
Yeah.
was focused on Forest Mommy.
Yeah.
He was focused on Forest Mommy. That's all he cared about. He just kept coming. And I'm like, I don't, in politics, do what you're going to do. There's so much space for everybody to do their own
Right.
thing. If you're about this, do that. I never tell people to stop, but this guy kept coming after me, and then he like exposed my group, and these stupid fucking cunts shared screenshots and shit from my
Yeah.
like group I had
Wow.
built since 2020. Like it was such a big deal. And this motherfucker, and I'm like, well, of course he thought it was hot.
It's funny
course he
because like
thought
you're like a
it was
little bit
hot.
proud of that part, right? You're like, I got a stalker. Okay.
Max, I'm like, why you threw your life away from me?
Yeah.
Some girl on Twitter.
And
He
then you
literally
blush.
threw
You
his
threw your
life
life away from me. Aw.
Women be
He was
toxic
like,
like that. They
It's-
love
That's
it.
true. Yeah, no,
I
that's
know.
true.
I'm like, if I don't even do anything and I don't let you in, like I never let him in.
Yeah.
All these other people let him in their circles.
Yeah.
I never let him in my circle ever because I didn't like him.
Yeah.
And then he just kept going, and I was on the top of a hit list. I was on a
Damn. FOMO got it like that. That dumper be doing it like that, huh?
It's that firecracker booty.
Yeah. FOMO, do you think that you were maybe did you first interact with him and you were nice to him, you were a little naive of what, you treated him like a normal person?
no.
Oh, no? Not even
No,
then?
at this point, because I'm very guarded with politics stuff now.
Yeah.
Like like since everything that's happened to me, I'm very. Am I still here?
No, you're still here.
You're frozen, but you're here.
You're glitching in and out, but you're still here.
You can hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good. Yeah.
Yeah, all these people I met him one time, and I was like, this guy's a freak. This guy's
Oh.
an freak, and I don't like him.
Yeah.
I didn't like how he acted on Twitter. So I was like, I'm not letting him into anything of mine.
Yeah, good
But
call.
all these other fucking idiots that I knew let him into their shit
Yeah.
and let him get close to me,
Okay.
even though I was like, no.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
Well, and
That's
that's
so bizarre.
well,
But he's got a fucking ankle monitor on now. He's
Yeah.
like an ankle monitor.
yeah.
Oh, so sexy, an ankle monitor.
Yeah, we got you can track him with the flock cameras. We
A
got
bad boy.
we got Peen Weinstein coming in right now at the Ko-Fi. He says, "Who's hotter, FOMO and Jess?" That's a great question. I
I
think
think
they're
we're equal. I think we're equal hot.
Yes,
I think
we're
we're
just
like
different
Two
types. We're
chains.
different flavors.
exactly. They're like
so-
different components of Charlie's Angels. Basically, I think they're both fantastic. Yeah, 100%.
Who's our
Both
third
Jesses.
angel?
You gotta have to
Who's
find
our
them.
third angel?
You're gonna have to find them. Yeah.
Me.
Marie. No, James, get out of here.
Yeah, Marie.
Yeah.
Marie.
Marie.
Marie
Yeah,
is
it'll
our
have to
third
be Marie.
angel.
Well, we'll have to see if we can't get Marie on sometime. That would be a
Oh,
lot of
that'd
fun.
be
she's
fun.
so much fun.
No, I
oh
love
my,
Marie.
she's the best.
Yeah,
Oh,
Marie's
she's literally
fantastic.
the funniest, one of the funniest people just naturally like ever meet.
Yeah.
We actually dressed up as angels on our cruise.
Let's go.
For the white night
And
part.
when you did the Juggalo stuff, you did cute Juggalo makeup and stuff.
Yeah,
It was
we
cute.
matched. I like to match with her. Like it's fun. It's a girl thing, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, like that's the wholesome stuff. That's like having good relationships. I know people are like, sometimes people like come down on that.
Mr.
But
Forrest's mommy loved Marie. Mr. Forrest was like, "Oh, she's great," because he met her after we went in Vegas,
oh,
and like
very
she
cool.
lost all the weight, and they were
Yeah.
talking. Like, I like her.
Boy, she's
Yeah, no,
ripped.
you meet her, and it's just if anyone meets her and doesn't like her, like you're fucked in the head. Like
Yeah.
I can't imagine someone meeting her. Like I could understand someone meeting me and not liking me because I'm like a little abrasive, but like she's so good. Like
She's a very
just
sweet person.
pure energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
We're talking about Marie, which is the wife of ROTC co-host Royce. If you guys want to go give her a follow, I think her is a Juice Marie or Hippo Juice Marie or something like that on X.
Yeah, Hippo Juice Marie.
And
Yeah,
she
she's
lost
fantastic.
like freaking 50 pounds. Like, did she lose like 50
Well, she's a
fucking pounds?
yeah, she's a
incredible.
bodybuilder. She's a bodybuilder.
I've gone to her
now.
bodybuilding shows. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Let me fix this real quick.
wave. And then we became like really good friends with them, hung out, and then now we're streaming, I guess.
I think it's fantastic. Well, I think that's how the world works now. I look for like-minded people around where I'm at, and it's very difficult to find, especially in California. And
bless your heart.
Yeah, and I'm in San Bernardino County, which is one of the most conservative counties. We have concealed carry here and all that kind of stuff, and we've got a really good sheriff, and we're more country. I live very close to the unincorporated part. For people who don't know, that's when there's no rules, bro. Just right. You can do whatever you want on your land. And so it's fantastic.
I have a literal gun on my desk right now, but I'm not going to pull
Don't
it out
pull
because
it
you're on
up.
YouTube.
Don't
Because
pull
you're
it
on
up.
YouTube.
That's right, because I'm on
Under a
YouTube.
CK, whatever you do.
Yeah, don't pull it up. Yeah, 100%. But we'll try to get Marie on. She's fantastic. I'll reach out to her.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I
love
can
Marie.
too if you want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I know a gal.
You got the connections. Yeah, ask her. We'll get her on. Absolutely adore her. I think she's fantastic. And what she's done to change her life and to become a bodybuilder is tremendous. That kind of discipline, that kind of adherence. She got her own 48-hour job. Of course, she has to deal with Royce a little bit.
Yeah, because she works full time. Doesn't she work full time?
She's a corporate mommy, so she's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
She's not and I love her dedication and stuff. And even when it's really hard, she's just so positive still. I don't see the worst of her, of course. I'm sure just Royce does, but
that's what the husband said. Yeah, that's why you get
I'm sure she doesn't have a
to
worst.
see the worst of people.
Yeah, I'm
When
sure
you're in a relationship,
you guys.
That's why you get someone.
You guys don't have a worst either, bro. I mean, could you imagine FOMO?
Oh no, I do.
I mean,
I do.
I am
He's
mean and
seen
ugly.
it, and he's seen it, and he keeps me around.
Yeah,
he still keeps me around.
That's right.
So
that's why you're going through a caffeine
Sulk
withdrawal.
too.
Yeah, well, same
Sulk
thing with
is
you, Jess. Yeah.
Sulk, he sees the ugly part of me, that everyone else just would enable or but just ignore. And he's like, I love you anyway. And it just feels so nice to be accepted.
Very
but also
affirming,
he does, but he does not tolerate the bullshit. He'll put me in my place.
Which keeps the attraction there, right? It keeps that
so hot.
That masculine feminine attraction. So good on you, Sulk, for doing that. Shout out to Sulk.
I mean this super respectfully, but John, and I met John in person.
Yeah.
John is a very good looking man, and he's very
Thank you.
strong.
Yeah.
He met Mr. Forrest Mommy. I like strong men. You gotta be a strong man. John. And then I love that John just fucking drinks a drink too. Because I'm the same. I wish we would have hung out the next day in Vegas because I would have fucking got fucked up. But I was hungover.
Yeah.
Well, you guys just have to come out to Florida and stay here.
Yeah, you guys should.
We do.
Yeah, you guys should do
Yeah,
that.
once James comes out.
Yeah.
Once
All
James
y'all.
comes out, we should have a.
I'm down for
That would
it.
be
I'm
so
down
much
At
fun.
some
I'm down to
resort.
smoke some
Resort
meat.
by you
Pause.
guys, and
Yeah.
we'll just book a couple rooms, and we should do
Fuck
something
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
that would be a lot of
Yes.
fun. I completely agree. We got Big B Trucker says Marie beats Royce. It's possible. I'm not sure, Big B Trucker. Daniel Romano, shout out to you. He says, hey, everybody. Hey, Jess. Good to see you. Shout out to you, Daniel Romano. Great
Hi,
to see you.
Daniel.
Now, James, I wanted to ask you, did you ever have a stalker situation or a fatal attraction situation, with an ex-girlfriend or I can't imagine you stalking anybody, but maybe it happened, or maybe you had a friend.
Well, I did, but I'll talk from my perspective. When it comes to women,
Yeah.
the thing that really gets me going, I do like the thrill of the chase, and I do like the thrill of the hunt. And I've told you before, I like the push me, pull me, and the bounce. I think probably Jess and Sulk have that relationship, you know, that's based on passion. You know, it's always just simmering there, and I kind of fucking like that. So it's never I get overly obsessed with any woman. If I see a woman that I like, I try and go and get her. But if she like, nah, this ain't happening, I'm not going to get obsessed by it because there's plenty more fish in the sea. But
So
with
many
regards to, with regards to myself, I dated a girl called Holly, and she pursued me. I was with another girl at the time, but then we split up, and she pursued me for quite a while. So I was like, oh, this girl seems really interested in me, so I'll give her a try. I didn't realize she still had a boyfriend. You know what I mean? She came to me and said she was single.
Don't they always?
Yeah. So like she was fucking like, you know what I mean? I was wondering where she was popping off all the time.
Yeah.
But like she said she was fucking single.
Yeah.
But like when we were together, right? She was extremely possessive of my time. I wasn't possessive of her time. If she said she was going off to hang out with her friends, go to a drink, go to the theatre, go play sport or whatever, I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Go and do your thing. I'm not bothered. I'll do my thing. But obviously she was knobbing this bloke. And it was like, but when it came to my time, it's like, oh yeah, I want to hang out with my friends. Nah, that ain't happening. Oh yeah, I want to go to the club. Nah, that ain't happening. I want to go to the football. She tried to take control of my time 100%. She wanted to control me. And it got really weird, right? Because it kind of became emasculating, right?
Yes, it does.
I couldn't ever go out and say something like, oh yeah, we go out shopping and I go, I'd like that watch. You know what I mean? That's a nice watch. Or oh yeah, I like those clothes. Or I like that piece of jewelry. Or, you know, oh yeah, I like that shirt. She'd go and fucking buy it for me. Anytime I opened my mouth, right? I literally I could go, oh yeah, those glasses are all right. You know, I get the fucking glasses. And I was like, why are you doing this? I can't open my mouth without you. And she thought that would bring me closer.
Yeah.
As soon as I opened my mouth, she tried to bribe me with nice things. You know what I mean? It was like a really strange relationship. She wanted to occupy my time and bribe me with stuff to keep me in line. And all the time she was seeing another bloke. Very weird.
Was she paying for all his stuff
Was it his
too?
money?
Oh
Was it
shit!
his
Yeah,
money?
was it his money?
Oh,
good call, FOMO.
I assume because she didn't seem to have a job. I assume she was buying me shit with his money. It's like, and then he confronted me and I was like, mate, I don't even know who the fuck you are. This is news to me. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, look, mate, I don't know who you are. I thought she was single. You know, obviously we've done stuff and you're pissed, but you should be looking at her, not me.
Yeah.
I didn't do fuck all, really. I'm an innocent party here. And if you want all the gear back, you can have it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I got watches. I got clothes. I don't care. You can take it back and pawn it. I don't give a shit.
Well, that's a great point, James, because you're bringing up, like, you know, you're dating a girl or whatever, and she happens to be attached. She doesn't tell you she's attached, but she's attached to somebody else. And then like at some point, she's going to go tell that other guy about you in some capacity, like whether it's the truth or not the truth. And then the worlds collide, as George Costanza would say. And then you have to are you going to fight the guy? Are you going to be like you said, give him back his watches or whatever? It just feels so fucking weird, doesn't it? You're like, what do I do in this situation?
It's so embarrassing, right? Because as a man, it's incredibly embarrassing because you've spoken about this.
Yeah.
As a man, as a masculine man, you want to take care of your woman, don't you?
Yes.
You want to provide, you want to give them that life. And then I find out that this bird, who I never asked for this stuff, is paying for kind of like my lifestyle with his money. And he's got every right to be angry. But also, I didn't have a clue, mate.
All these women who get alimony and shit, and they're taking dudes on dates.
Yes.
They're like spending the other man's
man's money
on the new man.
It's so bizarre.
Or leaving your husband, but like, staying in the same house as him or something like that. It's so weird. Why would anyone do that?
I have an aunt who got divorced after like fucking 35 years or something like that. And she's purposely didn't get remarried because she gets the alimony check forever. And I'm like, but she's with another man.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it's just like,
it's wild.
but then if you're a man and like this girl's spending money on you and it's another man's money.
No,
like,
you don't want that as a man, bro. You know, the thing is that like it sounds,
but it's so common.
It sounds interesting
how do
at
half these
first.
women have money?
Yeah.
How do half these women have money is they fucking got divorced.
Yeah,
right?
that's
the
true.
only reason they have the fucking money.
That's true. But ultimately, like, as people, we want a relationship that invigorates us, right? We want a relationship that has passion. You don't want a relationship that you trade that passion, that excitement, that true love because they provide you financial substance. That's crazy. Like I had an aunt, right? I had an uncle and an aunt, and my uncle, great guy, he was a fireman, a fire chief, and he did all kinds of stuff for his wife. Well, she plotted and planned for like 10 years. Bought a storage,
After he got his pension, got his pension, she divorced after he got his pension.
Drained it, maxed out his credit cards, bought furniture, brand new furniture, put it in storage and all that kind of stuff for years. And then one day she just bounced on him with another man. And I'm talking like, this is after he retired. Like the poor...
He was probably a pervert too, because firemen are all perverts, FYI. That's why I like them. They're all perverts.
That's why I like them.
But still, financially, you shouldn't fuck people, especially if it's over love. Like, that's fucked up. All these women, that's what the boomer women did. All these boomer women waited till their husbands retired and got their pensions, and they're like, oh, I don't like you home so much, I'm going to divorce you now.
Yeah.
All these fucking... Like, it was rude.
Right. Rude. And then they go eat, pray, love. And it turned out she bounced on my uncle with one of his old coworkers. And he saw her like a couple months later driving in this guy's Corvette. And he was just like gobsmacked.
He was driving it? She was actually
driving the Corvette. Yeah, he wasn't in the Corvette. That's how he knew who she went with.
It would be kind of fun. It would be kind of fun to drive a fast
car. As a woman, listen to Forrest Mom. She's like, actually, that's kind of based.
I have the bigger engine in my Subaru, everybody. Like I have a Subaru, I have a Lesbaru.
A Lesbaru, of course.
But I have the bigger engine in it because I'm a more butchy dyke than the rest of them. So.
Yeah, no. And then I had one situation.
Whatever happened to them? Whatever happened to the old school lesbian, man?
Right.
That is a crime, man. Whatever happened to them?
No, they trans them.
They trans them.
If you're a bull dyke, which I love bull dykes. I'm a big fan of bull dykes.
Yeah.
Always been a big fan of bull dykes. And they've taught these girls to cut their fucking tits off and stuff when they're fucking 16, 17. Like, it's so fucked up what's going on.
Yeah, it's crazy because, I had a lot of friends that I played baseball through college. They played softball and they were female. And I didn't care if they were lesbian. I mean, obviously.
Lesbian.
But what about the tomboys? What about letting the tomboys stay female? You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to trans them to men.
Look how I turned out.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a Swan over here. We got King Eddie in the chat. He's asking if you have a V6, a twin turbo 4-banger.
That's what I used to look like.
What do you got?
I was a boy.
Yeah, great haircut there. You look like
one
of the Friar.
Bowl cut.
Friar Tuck or something from it. He looks
like
I
have bowl cuts.
Robin Hood from England or something like that.
I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I want boy haircuts. Yeah. I told my mother, I want boy haircuts, and she never said, oh, maybe you're a boy.
Yeah.
She never said that.
Right.
Even when I asked for a fucking training bra, she was like, no, you can't wear a bra yet. Not that I needed it anyways, because I never had boobs.
Sure.
But it was like my mom wouldn't let me fucking be a woman anyways.
What you got something there, Jess? Did you want to put 2 cents in?
No. I think I was muted at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because I had John go get my sunglasses, but I can't see with them on. I can't see anything.
Let's go.
But I said the same thing at the same time. They trans all the butch women. They trans them out.
Yes.
They don't let them be, and it's kind of sad because
it's very sad.
Yeah, I used to work retail, and like some of the like best people to work with were my butch girls. Like I love them. No bullshit. Like they got to the point. Like I didn't have to like tiptoe around them. Like
there was a butch woman. There was a butch woman who looked like every man in the world. I found a butch woman who looked like fucking Tony Soprano. And it was fine. Yeah. And they were fine with it. They were like, I'm a woman. I'm just a butch fucking woman, old lesbian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now they're getting rid of them. And I'm like, how are you regular lesbians okay with this?
Exactly.
They're making women turn into men.
Yeah.
And half the women who are lesbians because they were abused by a man anyway. So
because
it's like, why are you letting them?
At the end of the day, they're still women.
Yes.
So they're going to be controlled very easily.
Well, and that's the truth.
And they're like, oh, you don't look like a woman 100%, which I never did. I never did, and I never let it affect me.
But
yes, you did. You look like a woman because you are one.
Yeah,
there's
facts.
no There's
Well,
no like
yeah.
masculine women and there's no feminine men.
Yeah.
It's just a variation of man and a variation of woman. Like that's what people don't fucking get.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, it's so
women
funny.
can look any.
No,
like,
I
any
agree
way.
because when a man cuts his penis off, he's not a woman, he's a eunuch. And they're all over in the Bible, bro. I mean, like,
And I knew people who did that.
this is not new.
I knew fucking cross-dressers who did that
Yeah.
shit, who like got the fucking, they cut their dicks off.
I
and
love
shit.
how
And I'm
FOMO's
like,
trying to whisper, but we're like, we're streaming on it. And she's trying to.
I'm so glad I went through the life. Like I just said, I used to go to the gay club. We had a huge women's dance party here in Colorado called First Friday. It was a huge gay dance. And I went as a straight woman, which I shouldn't have gone, but I used to go, could have fun. You get
Well,
fun,
why
you didn't
not?
get messed with.
You
Yeah.
didn't
And
get
I would
messed
get
with.
finger blasted in the bathroom.
Why
Get
not?
finger
Maybe
blasted
not
in
the
bathroom.
finger blasted
Yeah,
part.
lesbian, like hot dyke lesbians. But regardless,
Yeah.
the trannies took it over.
Yeah.
The trans took it over.
Well, and they don't know how to party at
that's
all, bro. They're all weird, bro.
They're so fucking weird.
Yeah, they're
But
not
I was friends with
happy.
them because I was that girl for a minute. Because I was like, oh, you guys are awkward and weird. Like I'm awkward and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel bad. But I'm glad I got to like experience that because this was before the whole fucking kid thing. This was before it was like regular conservative cross dressers,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
It was.
Yeah,
it
I
was
knew
Or
them
what-
too. I knew them too growing up, and like I
And
said,
they were
like I said,
fun.
at the gay clubs, I didn't care. It didn't matter. It didn't affect me. They dressed normally for the most part in like their everyday. Like they weren't trying to legislate my shit. Like it was normal. They weren't making me be like, oh, like I'd be like, yeah, this guy over here,
Yeah.
because they were a guy and
Did
they
it at
were
the
accepting
club.
that.
Yeah.
And then
They
at
did
the
it
club,
where
really
it's
the only thing I had to
acceptable.
worry about was lesbians coming up to me being like, "You're not a lesbian.
Yeah,
You're
right.
too pretty to be a lesbian."
No, they
That's what
wanted
they
to
would
finger
tell
blast
me.
you in the bathroom. Like they wanted
Yeah, I
to,
know.
they
keep
love
hearing
straight
about this
girls.
finger
The
blasting.
lesbians
They're not
love
allowed
Bang,
the
bang.
to.
lesbians.
Yeah, it's
wanna
Lesbians
change
love
me.
when the straight girls come to the gay club. They're like, oh, the straight girls are here. They're
Yeah.
no commitment. They're married and straight. They just want to get finger blasted in the bathroom, and then they're going, oh,
Yeah. No, you're
Send them on
100%
their way.
You're 100% right.
The good old days.
and they were all who fell for COVID. That's who fell for COVID was the gay clubs. They were the first people to be like, oh, you have to fucking have a false COVID test or a fucking vaccine to come in. I'm like, I supported your fucking gay asses for the last decade, and I never and you were the first ones to discriminate against me.
Well, it's true. It's
Stupid
because
fucking
it's
FGT.
because they're very malleable. They're a very malleable community.
Yeah, that group.
It's because they have
That group.
arrested development. They don't mature.
But they were allowed to spread monkeypox, and they were allowed. One of the fucking DJs was posting pictures of him with monkeypox.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I can't come in and dance without a fucking COVID test.
Yeah.
Like, it was so
They shut that down
stupid.
real quick when kids started getting monkeypox, didn't they? The thing is
Yeah,
that,
how did the kids get it?
yeah,
How are the kids getting it?
yeah. Unfortunately,
Oh.
but yeah, it's because that's a very community that's very easily influenced, like Jess said earlier.
Degenerate
Yeah.
and degenerate.
And
as hell.
degenerate. They're dealing with a lot of trauma. A lot of them have a lot of trauma. I've known a lot of them, and we've had a lot of you can imagine in the art world, which I've been in the art world for like 30 years or whatever. You're around all kinds of different people like that, and you get to the point where you become friends with them.
Cross dressers.
Yeah, and then you start to
Cross dressers
understand.
wanted to get they wanted to get butt fucked in the fucking parking garage.
Yeah, you,
That was
I'm
like
loving
all-
this right now.
you like that, James? Yeah, FOMO.
I am loving
that's all
this.
they
FOMO
did.
off the leash. I'm loving
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Get her some
Sorry.
more buttery Chardonnay.
Yeah, FOMO unfiltered. I love it. She got
That should be the name of the stream, man. FOMO
the
Unfiltered.
conservative finger
I'm
blasting.
muted.
I love it. The conservative finger blaster FOMO. Yeah, I love it.
FOMO, that's what we're going to call our stream when we start a stream,
Yes.
Buttery Chardonnay.
Yeah, oh, I love it. That's a great name. And then subtitle conservative finger blaster. Just have a fun time with that. Yeah, we got Big B Trucker in the chat. He says catching fingers is like saying I'll never forget FOMO. Yeah. No,
That
he's
was what like when I was on ROTC when they were so kind enough to have me on
Yeah.
ROTC as a woman.
yeah.
And I remember I said that, and everyone fucking loved that shit when I said it. And I was,
Well, you know what? It's because like it's a dream, right? It's a fantasy of some aspects. You're like, oh, as a guy, James, back me up
That's
here.
happened. Yeah, your straight women will go dancing at the gay club, and they'll catch finishers in the fucking unisex bathroom.
Yeah, and
Fucking
James, I'm
happens,
sure
man.
you've been in this situation. You're out dancing with a girl. You're trying to progress the evening, as it were. You do the touch barrier, then you lean in for a whisper, try to kiss it. Hey, if they let you, you might throw one of them conservative fingers down their pants. What do you think about that, James?
Man, I'm shoving it right down there, mate. I want to go a mile a minute. You know what I'm saying? 100 miles an hour, mate. Quickly, let's slink off to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Let's slink off to the toilets. It's like once the passion takes me, but no, it's fun.
Yeah,
I like it. I said to you when we first started this stream.
James, the minute it starts with James and you're like, it's a green light.
yes.
Yeah, he's like a wall to the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
I said this to Ray once. I said I'm like a dog with two dicks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know James is switching in overdrive on that one.
But no, it's like when we first started this, I said to Ray, look, when we first start this stream, right, this is my dream. I want it to be me and you and a load of attractive women. So right now, we've been slugging this, haven't we? I've known you for like 2 years online, like over 2 years, and it's like when we started going, I said, this is going to be the pinnacle, right? We'll get on stream with 2 attractive women, you know, we'll have a good chit chat, we'll do the bands, we'll get some alcohol, and I said, it will be amazing. Yeah. I said, it will be good fucking content, and it is. Yeah, it's fucking fantastic. Funny. I could just sit here, right, and just listen to FOMO and Jess and just be like, fuck, it's funny.
We got, she saw Sulk on the chat. She said she used to love going to gay clubs. They're such great dancers. She had several gay friends. And I'll tell you this, they got great food and great cocktails, okay? They love to party. I would just say, like I was talking to James, if you're going to go to a gay club as a man, make sure you bring a woman or a couple to at least, like, you know, watch out for you a little bit. And also don't get too fucked up. I had a buddy, we went to the Abbey. And if you guys know anything about the Abbey, that's in West Hollywood. It's a huge thing. It had its own, like, reality TV show. It's a huge gay club. They do all the theatrics. They got the guys dancing up on the bars, but they got great drinks. There's a tons of famous people there. They got great party nights, stuff like that. But he went a little too wild, bro. He like went in the bathroom with some guy, came out like coked out of his fucking mind. He was swinging from the chandeliers.
You know,
literally, he was dancing with all these gay guys. You know, when a straight guy starts throwing his head back, you know, like that, bro, that's when you know.
Liked it too much.
Yeah, that's when you know.
Too much.
Yo, bro, I think you might have, like, you know, caught fingers in the bathroom kind of thing. You know, it's like, watch out. Yeah, and so, like, I mean, I'm sure Sulk knows what I'm talking about. He's an attractive guy. I'm sure.
They were the best place to dance. They were the best place to go dancing, especially like the women's night. Like, it was so fun, and I got to experience all these lesbians and like old school lesbians, and then old school trannies, old school like cross dressers. I got to be part of their conversations. Yeah. Where some of them were like, "Well, how did you know it was just cross dressing versus trans?" You know, I got to hear these conversations.
What'd they say? That's fascinating. Did they have any, like,
well, it was, and I saw
answer?
some people who like started on hormones and then they stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because it was pushed. The shit has been being pushed. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're a cross-dresser weirdo, whatever. If you do it where you're supposed to do it, I'm fine. You know what I mean? But what we're dealing with now is not normal. Yeah. Right.
No, I agree.
It's like pushed, right? So yeah, it was just interesting to be a part of that because it was like I befriended this Chinese tranny. And like we were best friends. I hung out with these trannies. We would go out to dinner before we go dancing. And like I met this one, Chloe. We're still friends, but I think he moved. But he was so excited to vote for Trump. Yeah. As a tranny or as a cross dresser.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean? It's like he was so mad when Trump didn't win in 2020 because he was like, I voted Trump as Chloe.
Yeah.
It's just I get the fucking kink aspect of it.
Well,
that's why I don't get the rest of it because I know it's a fucking kink.
Well, it is, and usually what happens is something happened to them in their childhood or some kind of trauma that pushed them down that vein.
They try on a dress.
Yeah, or you know,
we all had the fucking try on clothes. Didn't we all have the fucking bucket of like dresses to put? You know, like
no, we didn't. But there are a lot of moms or grandmothers that dress their little boys up as little girls, and that happens.
My cousin's
a
lot. Gay because of that.
Right.
My cousin's a gay because my grandma dressed him up as a girl.
That's right. That's what happens. And that's why I say, you know, don't let, you know, be careful, like, you know, who you let your little boys go to hang out with or spend the night with or whatever, because they could play this dress up game and all of a sudden, you know, they have these ideas now that like there's no more barrier there. There's like
it turns men on. You guys are so fucking weird and freaky that these certain men, not all of you men, but the men who get turned on by it, they'll put on a fucking dress and like as like an 8-year-old.
Well, and they're like, it's also a big thing in secret societies. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but also to like wear female underwear during initiation, to dress up as women. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen LeBron James dressed up as that, you know, that the
Yeah, I
maid
had friends
outfit.
who would steal clothes from the fucking clothes donation thing on his way
Yes.
home from school. He would steal female clothes because it turned him on.
Oh,
He was like 8.
8?
He was like 8 years old.
Damn, I think poor guy probably caught fingers in the bathroom
was
somewhere.
abused.
He
Yeah,
got
that's what I'm-
fingers in the bathroom from Uncle Jimmy.
Let's go, Jess. I was thinking the same thing.
Uncle
He was
Jimmy.
abused.
Yeah.
Right in the butt.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
in the tutor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I
For
was
sure.
like, damn. Yeah. So we got Hendrick in the chat. He says, gay clubs are so much fun. The boys are just very aggressive. Yeah. If you're a man, the guys there are very aggressive. I've had my ass grabbed numerous
Unless you go on
times.
girls' night.
Yeah. You
Girls'
know
night.
what? I've never bought a drink in a gay club though. I will say that. Free alcohol. I get the whole idea of why women love going out to like regular clubs at night and stuff like
Oh,
that.
you get free drinks, right?
Yeah, because I
You
got
get
free drinks. I
Yeah,
fucking
you
love
get
that
you're
shit.
hot.
I did. I got free drinks
So
all the
hot.
time,
Like,
bro. I got free drinks all the time. I had all. The other thing that people don't understand too in the gay community is there is this big relationship where much older men are with much younger men, and that's a normal thing in the gay community, and it's shamed in the straight community, which I don't understand why. I think it's just because like older women be hating younger attractive women or whatever. But in the gay community, that's something that's accepted.
Well, also gay dudes just diddle young boys a lot.
Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah,
unfortunately.
which
That does happen.
That's how gay boys are born.
and that's true. That they replicate, right? They replicate. That's what they do. I agree with it.
And no one tells.
Yeah,
And no one tells. Like it's all secretive and it just like happens.
it's its own
and,
secret
like,
society when you think about it.
Well, because you're not, you don't want to be gay as a little boy. Like, you used to not want to be gay. Now it's like, well, my mommy shows me attention if I'm gay.
And that's crazy because that's a completely different thing making people gay now. Is because like JoJo Siwa was a fantastic example. She came out as gay and all that kind of stuff. And then thank God, what's his name? I forget.
Mickey Rourke saved her.
Mickey Rourke saved her, bro. And then he got all
Mickey Rourke, the older guy?
Yeah, Mickey Rourke,
like wrestler?
Yeah, that guy. He was on a Celebrity Big Brother over in England.
Oh, he called her out.
He called her
out on
out.
the
He called
show.
her a dyke and got kicked out.
Yeah, and then she fell in
That's
love with the
right.
guy that she was on that show with, and now she is a straight woman and she's happy. And she's like, said,
She grew out her hair.
She
gets
wears
dick
pretty
down.
makeup, pretty dresses.
now she's gonna be a girly girl, which is fantastic. It's like she went through her tomboy phase. Now she's gonna
tried to change her because she was a little bit like dykey looking. They tried to say, oh, you have to be bisexual and you're gay, lesbian, and you get with girls even though you're young, which a lot of young girls get with girls, whatever. But
Yeah.
like, you're straight, bitch.
Yeah.
You're straight.
Well, and it's like I don't know
She's
who said it, but I think most lesbians are one good dicking away from a factory reset where they're straight again. I mean, that's just something that I
Or
think.
they were abused.
Yeah.
Or they were abused. A
Yeah.
lot of lesbians were abused by men.
Yeah,
which I
and that's true. And they,
understand.
like that's why they hate.
Same with trans,
I understand. Yeah.
women that identify as trans. It's mostly just a defense mechanism.
And I agree with that. And I understand that too because our society's become so sexualized and so much energy and attention is on women all the time. Like we were talking about this the other day. Like Jess, if you're going out, I bet you get like, at least somebody trying to come into your social bubble 6 times a day, probably. Like a social bubble is a 6-foot radius around you. At least 6 times a day, there's probably a guy who says, hey, do you need radishes? And really he's like trying to talk to you. Or
one time Sulk and I were we went on like a little trip when our oldest was our first wasn't born yet, and we got a little time away. We went to New Orleans and we went to this bar, and I was just hanging out. We were on like the back porch. It was just us in the bar, and Sulk went to the bathroom, and then this guy like poked his head out the door and was like, "What are you doing all alone?"
yes.
And then
yes.
And I like looked at him, and then immediately Sulk walks through the door, like kind of pushing past him, like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
she's
look-
not alone.
Yeah.
She's just fine. Like,
yeah, Thor showed up. He's like, get the fuck away. But that's what you
Yes.
have to do because, a woman, attractive woman especially, it's like, you disappear for a second as a man and like there's like 30 guys that say, hey, you okay? Do you need help? Do you need money? Do you need a ride? Do you need a dick to suck? Like what's going on?
it is, yeah. That's why genuinely I liked going to the gay club in this little town because I lived in Gainesville, Florida for a while.
Yeah.
And they had one gay club there. And I liked going there. That was like where I went because it was safe. I wasn't going to have anyone come at me. The lesbians were chill. They weren't like all up on my
They
shit.
just dance.
Yeah,
just,
they
like,
were
dance
we were
and no one
dancing.
would
We were
bug
having
you?
fun. Yeah. And but like if I were to go, to this other bar I would go to a lot. It was like a bar restaurant type of place. So I go there all the time for food and for drinks. I couldn't be there without someone approaching me. And it was just like, like I didn't put off the vibes like, oh, anyone is welcome to talk to me. I'm very bubbly and sweet, but like I am not like putting out vibes like anyone is welcome to talk to me or
Right.
anything
Like
like
if
that.
you're not
So
thirsty, basically. You're
no, I'm not because I don't need to be,
Right,
like
yeah.
never. I don't need
because
that.
because you probably had a
And you
good
can tell when
father
people are
relationship.
looking at
Yeah.
you, trying
Yes.
to get your attention, and it's like you ignore them. You just
Yep.
ignore them. So I love that when people are
Mhm.
like, you can tell they're trying to get your eye contact, and you're like, nope.
Yeah.
One time, Royce and John and Marie and I were at a bar. We were doing karaoke, and these two Indian dudes were just
Oh my
staring at. I
God,
had no
bro.
idea. Because I was having fun with my friends.
Sure,
I wasn't. I was off in La La Land.
Right.
And they were staring at us. The bartender who like knew Royce and Marie came up to us and was like, I'm about to kick those guys out. And I was like, who are you talking about? And she's like, those guys staring at you guys over there. And I look over and they were just staring at us.
That's
like this.
creepy as hell, bro.
It was so, and we're with our husbands.
Yeah.
I am like, well, you get a few drinks.
They don't
and
care.
I'm all over.
They don't
Sulk.
care. Those.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're
They-
not.
they don't
involved.
care.
No,
You're right,
they're
Falma.
like Mexicans about it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Mexicans are real bad
It's
about it.
part of their
Mexicans are
culture.
better nowadays.
Yeah.
Mexicans are better now.
Yeah, now we got the Indians. It's even worse.
What's going on?
But it's part
The
of their
Indians
culture.
are worse.
Yeah.
It's very
So are the
scary.
Mexicans better, or have we just been around more Indians?
been around more
is
Indians.
it because the Jeets are
That's
like,
why.
taking, so we're like, oh, comparatively,
Yeah, no, it pulls.
I'll take a Mexican any day.
Yeah, exactly. It pulls down our lifestyle, right? Because now all of a sudden, like,
Mr. Forest Mommy's
it
in
degrades it.
construction, so we love the Mexicans.
No,
because they're
I'm a
he
big-
has like legit Mexicans who are American citizens, and they hate.
Yeah, they do.
I
They
have
do.
my American friends who are Mexicans too, and they're like, they hate the Jeets,
Yeah.
they hate the Muslims, they hate and I'm like, because
Rightfully
a Mexican can fucking
Yeah.
do your drywall, and they'll make it look so good.
No, 100%.
Like, they're
The way that I figure out if I like somebody or not is their stance on family. If they've got a good, solid, intact family,
Mhm.
meaning they want to protect their daughters too, right? They don't want somebody staring at their daughter, so they're not going to be staring at somebody else. They got good
Or
relationships.
even if it's someone like me who doesn't have kids, where I'm still like, family is the most fucking important
Well,
thing
I
in
mean,
the fucking
I'm
world,
right
and
there with you,
everyone should
FOMO.
do it.
Yeah, I don't have kids either, but I recognize the importance of family for society.
But you can still.
No, I will.
can
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
still.
try to find one of these desert
Well, no, we
roses. or
gotta get
something.
you married.
Practice makes
Ray, Ray. We gotta
perfect.
get you-
Come to
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Find a sweet Florida girl.
Yeah,
We're
no,
great.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make an effort.
You could sell in California and still probably afford a good place in California.
Well, see, and
Florida.
that's the point too.
Good
Is like, in
point.
that I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna travel through Florida and a couple other places and figure out what the scoops is on, like, because there was a time where I
Women.
almost moved to Austin. I almost moved to Texas, and I drove there. And I looked around for a month. And I was like, hell no, this shit sucks, bro. I'm not moving
It's so
here.
liberal
fat.
there.
Yeah.
And they're fat down there in Austin.
Yeah.
I
And
was like, oh my
ghetto.
God, Texas people are fat.
Well, I heard that HP was moving there, and the new Silicon Valley was moving there. So I was thinking, okay,
Austin is very blue.
yeah.
Austin especially is it's like Denver.
Yeah.
Where it's just super
Bro,
fucking liberal and,
and I'm-
stupid.
I'm extremely, conservative for the most part in relationship to family dynamics. That's how I line it. Like, I don't mind who fucks who. If you're an adult and you're on your own, that's fine. But keep the family intact, protect the kids, grow them up so they can be, solid people in the future. That's kind of how I lay my politics out. But no, so I'm gonna figure it out. I can't stay in the desert forever and all that good stuff. But it's been a fun time while I've been here. But no, I'm
You're a
excited
man.
about
That's
it.
what's so fun about men. Men can still do it
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh,
They can
or a
kind-
lot,
even
bro.
though
We
they're
can
like,
still
oh, it's
do it a
still
lot. We
it's
can do it a
still
lot. Right, James? We can do it a lot.
But I'm like, yeah. What's
Yeah.
that asshole's name? Baldwin. He had freaking 3 families.
Yeah,
He
Alec
had fucking
Baldwin.
3 fucking families.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
He's got
like
6 kids with Hilaria. She's crazy. Mick Jagger just
and
had a
I'm going
kid.
through menopause
He's 80.
now.
Mick Jagger's 80.
That faux Spanish thing was wild
Yeah.
when she pretended to be Spanish, man. That was the weirdest
Oh yeah,
shit,
his
man.
wife, his little hot
Yeah,
wife.
giving all the
Yeah.
kids Spanish names, and it turns out she was Hillary from Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, and She took on a whole Spanish persona because she once went there on holiday. I'm like, do me a favor, darling.
Yeah, she
Fucking
pretended
hell.
to be
She
Spanish.
popped out like 6 kids with them right away. Like she popped out a lot of kids with him right away.
She
too.
did, bro.
Like it was like.
She was
Do you remember the thing where she said she didn't know what cucumber was in Spanish or something?
No, in
and she
English.
did the accent.
She didn't know how to
Was
say.
it? Yeah.
She didn't know how to say cucumber. How you say? Como se dice cucumber in inglés? Como? Shout out to Miami John out there. It's a little Espanol for you, Miami John. Shout out to you, bro.
Do you know how to say cranberry in Spanish?
Cranberry.
It's hard.
Yeah. How do you say it?
Anaranadando.
Anaranadando, bro. I love that. That's fantastic. Shout out to Zayd.
Whenever I go to Mexico, I'm like, I practice it for hours and I get it wrong every second.
Bro, I love Spanish. I'm just gonna say that right now. I love Spanish.
Too, and I know so much. I went through fucking like 6 years of Spanish, and then like I didn't know any of it. But when I go to Mexico, which I haven't been in forever,
yeah,
but like I know it.
Yeah,
you like know it right away when you start talking to people. It's kind of fun. Like I like that.
Well, that's another thing I need to do is I need to do a little tour, a painting tour through Mexico. I've been to Mexico many times. Gonna go back down.
Puerto Vallarta.
I want to go to Puerto Escondido. That's where all the good waves are. Sulk probably knows about that, being a surfer himself. They got the shore break, the pipeline of Mexico is what they call it. But very, very exciting. We're coming up on 2 hours, guys. I don't want to keep it too long because I want to keep it coming back. And everybody in chat as well. We're gonna come up on our final.
I got wine. I got buttery Chardonnay drunk.
Well, no, there's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. I got a good buzz going myself. I'm probably gonna do some more so I can slur my speech a little bit. John knows what I'm talking about. James is having a good time, but no. What are your? We're gonna wrap it up.
I'm having the best fucking time.
Yeah.
I tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm loving this shit, man.
We're gonna have our final thoughts. We talked about a lot of stuff today, Jess. We talked about catching fingers. We talked about raising Bible study. Don't catch fingers at Vacation Bible Study. What are your final thoughts on anything we talked about? Or hell, bro, you don't even have to talk about what we talked about. What are your final thoughts today?
Well, I think it is important to be careful when you find yourself being attracted to someone toxic. If they're stringing along other people, if they, aren't good for you, you need to separate yourself and recognize. But I think a lot of people have a problem with recognizing when they're fucking up. So
yes,
hindsight's 20/20, right?
Right.
So.
No, I completely agree with you. Go follow Fimroid Fairy on X, and also I'm gonna pull up the Sulk stream. The Incredible Sulk on Rumble. Go give him a follow. Go get subscribe over there. I'm gonna drop his. She was on last night. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
Hi, baby. I love you so much.
Yeah, 100%. So go give the Incredible Sulk a follow over there, a subscribe. It's a great stream. It's a lot of fun. They're a great couple.
Thank you.
They're going to go on more trips around the world. They're going to follow along as their kids grow up, and it's a fantastic
You guys
thing.
gotta come to Colorado. You and John and the kids should come. You can bring the kids because we can stay in the house.
Right.
Have a little extra house.
Oh, it would be so much fun.
Yes.
I was really wanting to do that last year, but this year. But maybe
this fall in Colorado is really like October, September. Well, it'll be the October. October is really nice out here. You guys should come.
Maybe we'll go for my birthday is in October, so maybe we'll come for my birthday.
That sounds like
wait, what day is it? Are you a Scorpio or are you
21st? I'm on the cusp.
You're a cusp?
I'm a cusp.
I love Scorpio men. All the men in my life have been Scorpio men.
I love
all of them.
I love Libra and Scorpio women. They're fun. So I like being one. Maybe I'm just biased.
I'm a Taurus woman, but I've just found it's because all that shit's probably fake anyways.
It's all real, FOMO.
Like,
no, it's all real.
No.
It's all real.
I think your birth when you're born, it matters. It changes.
I think so too.
No, I mean the weather and everything. I think it has an effect.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to talk about that next time. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's talk about astrology next time.
Yeah,
so girly.
All right. FOMO, what
and I don't even believe in that shit, but all my men have been Scorpio men, and they've been all the Scorpio men in my life have been so fucking loyal and like
I've been
amazing.
saying this. I've been saying this.
Good job.
I didn't set out for it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I heard Scorpio women are crazy.
I am Scorpio, so I completely I agree with all of that.
When's your birthday, Ray?
November 17th. Yeah.
My Mr. Forest Mummy's 14th, and you know what?
Let's
My
go.
ex-boyfriend is 17th. My ex-boyfriend's so
bro, that's wild. That's crazy.
I just get along with Scorpio men are good men.
We are
Scorpio
good
men
guys.
are
We're good guys. We're very passionate people. We channel a lot of energy. If you go for that,
loyal.
yeah, we're
You're
loyal.
loyal.
That's right. We're loyal.
Very loyal.
Now, FOMO, we talked about a lot of crazy stuff. We did mention the catching fingers. I have to keep bringing that up. The conservative fingers. What are your final thoughts for today? Do you like your buttery box? Is that what you're drinking? What's going on?
Yeah,
You like
I shouldn't
your-
have drank some. I
you
might
like
have to
your-
go down to the
you
other
like your
house
box
later
buttered? Is
tomorrow,
that
not
what you're
today, because
saying?
now I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You like your box
but I knew
buttered?
this was gonna happen.
Right. No, it's
I knew it was
yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah. What are your final
I
thoughts?
told the renters, I'm like, I'll probably be down this afternoon, but it'll probably be tomorrow, actually.
First, okay, it's definitely going to be tomorrow.
If your kid acts gay, beat the shit out of him.
I don't condone that. Okay.
If your girl is a little butchy, that's fine. Actually,
Right.
like help that. Like actually, like foster that. That's fine. Don't let your daughters fit in. Don't let your daughters get like hot and sexy. Like
Yeah.
that's what conservatives even do, where they're like their daughters will develop, and they're like, oh, look at how beautiful my daughter. And it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't let your daughter be sexy before she's fucking 21.
Yeah.
You know
Don't
what I mean? Like, don't
sexualize
let
your
that
children. I
happen.
agree with that. Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. That's why I'm amazing. Not
That's
that
true.
I developed anyways, but like my nieces developed at freaking young ages, you know, and like, what do you do? But you know what? They were so modest. They were
Yes.
so modest. And I think the one, she doesn't even like boys. Neither of them like boys, actually,
Right.
but whatever. Oh yeah, and Thursday night, and I'll throw the invite out to you guys if you guys can pop in
Yes,
Thursday
yeah,
night
I'd
on
be
my
happy to.
new stream, which are called Worlds Colliding.
Yeah.
I have to post. I made a fucking grok image of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I
So
got.
everybody go follow
These are
Force
my
Mom.
They Live.
If
These are They Live glasses. You
if-
guys saw They Live?
yeah, Rowdy
remember They
Piper.
Live?
Love that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I know my stuff. Go give Force Mommy a follow so you can be ready for that stream on Thursday. I'll definitely be watching it. I'll pop in if I can. I would love to.
It'll be 10 Eastern.
10
10
Eastern.
Eastern,
Okay,
I'll
so that's 7 Pacific for people. And I don't know what time that is over in England, but it'll be late. Fantastic.
If I come on, I'll be streaming from the old bed, mate.
That's right. James, what are your final thoughts?
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love it if you could jump
Yeah,
in
you got
from
a
bed.
little English flair. You got to have that. A little, like the bed studio. D-Wag does the umbrella and the car studio. James can do the bed
Driving
studio.
around,
Yeah.
errands. He goes like into fucking Home Goods and shit. Or
Bro,
Ross. He
D-Wag
was in
has
Ross
me-
the other night.
D-Wag had me rolling all the time. What do you,
Is he cutting his hair?
I don't
Is he
know.
cutting his hair? Is
I'm
that
not
what that
sure.
post was about?
I'm not sure. I think he did cut it shorter, but I don't know. He might be cutting. He might not. I think he's going to lose weight. I think he's going to trim up the beard and go back on a Loverboy arc, which I'm all for that. So I support D-Wag. James, what are your final thoughts today as we bounce out of here?
I have to say, this is a new thing for me, but I'm very much pro buttery alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, their buttery beverages are great, especially if you can butter the box. You get the box wine, you butter the box. There's my sexual innuendo of the day, people. I think I beat that horse to death. Go give James a follow. James Domenico Graben on X and James Domenico Graben 81 on YouTube. He does fantastic 5 minutes and below videos and sometimes calls people an idiot in 10 seconds or less. So let's make that happen. Everybody out there, you guys have a fantastic weekend. Drink some.
Ask for Jess. Did we do Jess's plugs?
Yeah, we did Jess's
Aw,
Finroids
sorry.
Fairy, the Incredible
Thank
Sulk. Make
you.
sure you follow us. I pulled him up. I dropped the Incredible Sulk on
Okay.
Rumble in the
Sorry,
chat.
I missed it because I'm on my buttery Chardonnay.
No, it's okay. I'm always happy to plug fantastic people more than once, and John is one of them fantastic people. So I'm happy to do that. Everybody, go hug your family. Drink some buttery box wine. Get your box butter. Don't catch fingers in the locker room unless they're conservative. And have a blast. We're out here, people. Kick some ass. Let's fucking go.